Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Rouse Baseball's live commentary of the Pond Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we are bringing you the Yokohama DeNa BayStars hosting the Hiroshima Carp. This game is coming to you from Yokohama, a Tuesday, 6 p.m. local time, or 1800 hours start. It will feature American Trevor Bauer against Hiroki Takota, as they will go head-to-head here in the Tuesday matchup. And we're going to give you first the starting lineup for the visitors. For the Hiroshima Carp, leading off and playing second base is number 33, Ryosuke Kikuchi. Batting second in right field is number 37, Takayashi Noma. Hitting third and playing in center field is number 9, Shogo Akiyama. And the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 10, Ryan McBroom. Batting fifth and in left field is number 5, Ryoma Nishikawa. Hitting sixth and doing the catching is number 31, Shogo Sakakura. Batting seventh at third base is number 95, Matt Davison. Batting in the eighth spot and playing shortstop is number 54, Yuya Nirasawa. Batting ninth and doing the pitching is number 28, Hiroki Takota. And they're going to be facing the American right-hander, Trevor Bauer, who'll be making his third start in the NPB. For Bauer, he brings a 1-1 record to the mound. He has 13 innings pitched. He has allowed 18 hits, 8 runs, 7 of which have been earned. He's only walked 1, but he has had 17 strikeouts, but he's got an ERA of 4.85. Well, that's your starting lineup for the visitors from Hiroshima. Now your starting lineup for the home team from Yokohama. And leading off and in left field is number 7, Kaida Sano. And batting second and playing first base is number 99, Neftali Soto. Batting third and playing third base is number 51, Toshiro Miyazaki. In the cleanup spot and playing second base is number 2, Shugo Maki. Batting fifth in center field is number 1, and that is Masayuki Kuwabara. The sixth spot and playing in right field is number 63, Taiki Sekene. Batting in the seventh spot and playing shortstop is number 9, Yamato. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 50, Yudai Yamamoto. And batting ninth is the pitcher number 96, that's Trevor Bauer. And they are going to be facing the starter in Hiroki Takota, who's off to a great start for the Carp this year. He is 3-0. He's got 39 in the third innings pitched. He has allowed 35 hits, 8 runs, 6 of which have been earned. He's walked 10 and struck out 21. And he's got an ERA of 1.37. Well, those are your starting lineups. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. Hang tight, everybody. We're glad you guys can all make it in here with us tonight. We'll be right back. Whether you listen live or on delay, it's always great to have you. Welcome back, everybody. This one is just about ready to get underway as Trevor Bauer is just completing his warm-up tosses, and the first pitch ball game is just moments away. It is going to be coming up for the Carp. It'll be Kikuchi, Noma, and Akiyama to get things going here to face Trevor Bauer, as he will be facing them here as we're ready to go. And that is where we stand right here and right now. So we're glad that everybody here could be here with us tonight as we are ready to go with this one here. So it is going to be Kikuchi, Noma, and Akiyama to get things going here against the right-hander Bauer, who's now completed his tosses. For Kikuchi, he is batting .326 on the season. He's got 2 homers and 9 RBIs. He was one of the players that was not in the lineup at the time for Trevor Bauer when he was first there. So this is where we are at here, is he's going to get a first opportunity to face him. And the first pitch of the ball game is a fastball that's taken for a call strike. The count is quickly no balls and 1 strike to Kikuchi. Kikuchi batting from the right side against the right-hander Bauer, who's ready to go back to work. He rocks into the windup and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away straight back, and that runs the count now to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. No balls and 2 strikes here for the batter Kikuchi. As we said, Kikuchi not one of the players in the lineup the first time that Bauer had faced the Hiroshima Carp. As he kicks and delivers, there is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2. We'll keep you up to speed on some of those other players. Bauer did allow 7 hits the first time that he faced the Carp, but he scattered that over the 7 innings. It was only the home run by Matt Davison that was his really only blemish. He did work himself out of trouble a couple of times. So here comes a 1-2 offering as he rocks into the windup and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Kikuchi is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So 1 Carp up and 1 Carp down here in the first inning. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Takeyoshi Noma. And we've got Troll in the house. We welcome you here. And we've got the living room as well. So hopefully we'll get a few more bodies in here as we go through the evening. But it is great to have you guys late night listening to the Carp and the BayStars. Well, for Noma, he's batting .229 on the season. He's got no homers and 6 RBIs. And the first pitch from Bauer is a fastball that misses down and in. The count is 1-0. Noma is getting his first look at Bauer, as he did not get a start in the first one. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Some empty seats here in this one in Yokohama. It's not a full house. As Bauer rocks into the windup and delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. Of course, the excitement the first time that Bauer played, it was Golden Week, and the place was absolutely packed and rocking. The Carp fans, though, do travel well, and there's a lot of fans in the left field bleachers, as well as down the left field line. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Noma. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bauer again ready to deliver here as he gets the sign from his catcher. That's one thing that is to note, as Ito was the catcher the last time. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Giving chase is the right fielder, and that is Sekene. He's going to have to play it off the wall, rounding first and heading into second. With double is going to be Noma, and that is going to put a runner at second base here with 1 gone, and that'll bring up Shogo Akiyama. That ball was absolutely spanked right to right field, as the right fielder had tried to get over as more down the line. He had to play it off the wall. And then when he fired it in, it wasn't the best of throw-ins, as the ball ended up getting over top. But we're going to have a moment here as it looks like Noma is coming off of the field. He's got the trainer with him. They may have a look at him to see what's going on, but we'll have to get a look at the replay. He may have possibly popped a hamstring. The way that he's walking gingerly off the field. The brass for the Carp are now getting together to talk. We're going to take a look right here. It looks like as he was slowing down into second base, it looked like he was reaching for the back of his right leg. So that might be possibly a hamstring pull, or maybe he just jammed his knee as he was coming into the base. But the trainers are going to take him down the tunnel. They're going to have a look at him as they do here, and we're going to just have ourselves a moment of a timeout here until they can get something sorted out. Hang tight, everybody. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back after this as they have a break in the action with the player heading down the tunnel. We'll be right back after this.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be Shogo Akiyama who's coming to bat here, but we're waiting on the outcome of Noma, who is down the tunnel being looked at after he hit himself a one-out double here. And so once the trainers have come back, the managers are going to have to make a decision here to find out what they're going to do with their starting ranked fielder. Not a good situation. As we mentioned before, Noma was one of the players who did not play in the first game against Bauer. That was his first look at him, as he had driven that ball in for a double into the right field corner. We'll get a look at that highlight. Again, it was a fastball that was middle in. Too good a pitch, maybe 2-2, as Bauer had left that up in the zone, and he absolutely turned on it and whacked it on a one-hop shot off the wall, and that is where we're stopped here. But it looked like when he had got onto the dirt, that was where the problem was. And it looks like we do have a pinch runner. I have to do a double check, but I think that's Shota Dobiashi, who has come into the ball game here, and we are going to carry this one on. It is Shota Dobiashi who is coming in to run for Noma. So Noma, just like that, his day is done. And Dobiashi in here to pinch run. Well, that brings Akiyama to the plate. He is batting .372 on the season with a couple of homers and 16 RBIs. And the first pitch from Bauer is a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is quickly 1-0. So a short night there for Noma. 1 ball and no strikes to Akiyama, who's having an outstanding season at the age of 35. As the right-hander Bauer holds to the set. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is hammered foul down the right field line. It's going to run the count even at 1-1. Trevor Bauer, of course, a one-time Cincinnati Red, as was Shogo Akiyama. Not the production that the Reds expected from the Japanese outfielder. He did struggle in his time in Cincinnati, but the biggest reason was his health, or lack thereof, we should say. Akiyama had a hard time maintaining his health, always a bit injured, had issues with the hamstring. As here comes the 1-1 offering now from Bauer, as he delivers a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Mentioned of note, the first time that Bauer pitched, the catcher was Ito. Tonight it is Yudai Yamamoto. Both Bauer and Ito in the last start looked like they were having a hard time getting onto the same page, as there was a lot of shakeoffs. But here we are here as Bauer is shaking off his catcher. Now with the runner at second base, we sometimes don't always know if they do have a shakeoff signal, as Akiyama has now asked for time and steps out. And now we're ready to go back at it again. Our friend in the living room is concerned about other people's picks. You should be concerned about your own. There's a fastball, this is down. It squirts away from the catcher. Down to third goes Dobiashi. The throw's to third, and it's not in time. Miyazaki applied the tag. We're going to see if they're going to take a look at this early on in the ball game. We may have a VAR decision right off of the hop here. Wait and see if they're going to go under the hood or not. Well, maybe it doesn't look like they're going to do it. We're going to get the replay of this. The pitch was down. It was about a 57-foot fastball. The block by the catcher, the ball got away. Dobiashi read. He got the read. The throw came down. I got to tell you, I think the throw was in time, but Miyazaki, terrible positioning. He was in front of the bag, and then he caught the ball and had to reach back to try to tag Dobiashi, and Dobiashi got in there safely. If he was probably in a better position to apply the tag, that should have been an out. There's a breaking ball delivered to Akiyama, and it's swung on and fouled away, and the count now remains ball and 2 strikes. Got it at a ball and 2 strikes, maybe 2-2 after that last one there. But as we said on the wild pitch, Dobiashi has advanced over to third. So here comes the offering now to the left-handed hitting Shogo Akiyama. As Bauer kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul over on the third base side. As we are getting our look here on Bauer, where that would be at. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes as the batter Akiyama waits here on the offering from Bauer as he works to the set position. Checks the runner. And now he kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's into the corner. It's down for a base hit. That's going to be extra bases. Coming up with it is Sekeni. He fires it back in, sliding into second base with a double. An RBI double is Shogo Akiyama. That's back-to-back doubles here by the Carp. And they have taken a 1-0 lead here in the first inning. So Akiyama has it figured out, as he had faced Bauer the last time and was 0 for 3 against Bauer in the first meeting. He has done his homework and has got himself in a spot here where he has put the Carp in the lead here 1-0. Well, that's going to bring up the first baseman, Ryan McBroom. McBroom batting .235 on the season with 3 homers and 20 runs batted in. As he takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. McBroom played in the last game against the veteran right-hander, or American right-hander. He was 0 for 3 against Bauer, including 2 pop-outs to the catcher. Here comes the offering. It's a fastball that McBroom swings through and misses, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes it is here to McBroom as Bauer gets his sign from his catcher Yamamoto, and he's ready to go again. And now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it's pop foul behind home plate. The count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Just some news and notes. We will be doing some more ball games this week, but we will set up our schedule. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get on the air tomorrow night, but we will definitely be making some more middle of the night calls during the week before we get to the weekend. So be sure to check the channel on the daily. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. This ball is going to get off the wall. And talk about trading places. McBroom is sliding into second base with a double. Back-to-back extra base hits, and the Carp now have the lead 2-0. They have brought their hitting shoes out here tonight, as Akiyama and McBroom have each driven in runs with their doubles. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Ryoma Nishikawa. And it's also going to bring out the pitching coach to have it with the translator to have a word with Bauer here. So back-to-back doubles. Have the Carp up in a 2-0 lead. And, of course, the fans are out of their seats, and they are cheering loudly here tonight. Our friend Yang Cheng Jun in the house tonight. We welcome you. Says his breaking balls aren't working tonight. We talked about this in the last outing, and one of the things that I noted with Bauer was he did not establish his fastball early on in the ball game, and it kind of like he got too cute. In other words, establish your fastball, your command and control, establish both sides of the plate before you start working into your off-speed stuff. And here we are tonight where his off-speed stuff and his breaking balls are getting smacked around. Here comes the offering. It's a fastball that misses up and away. The count is 1-0. Our friend Troll says he's washed. Well, you never know. Sometimes in the first inning, the offense can come out, and then the pitcher settles down. He gets into a groove. We're going to have to wait here. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and tap foul behind home plate. The count is 1-1. I think I mentioned before about Carter Stewart, who's in the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawk camp. And he was the former first-round pick of the Atlanta Braves, who spent 1 year in a JUCO and then bounced over to the NPB. They were asking him about the differences between NPB pitching and Major League, or at least I shouldn't say Major League American pitching. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right field. If it stays fair, it's trouble. And this one is gone. A home run A 2-run shot by Nishikawa, and that is going to increase the lead to 4-0. And the Carp have come out here as if they know what pitches are coming. That is a 2-run shot by Nishikawa. There we go. And it is a 4-0 ball game here. This could be an early night for the BayStars starter. But that is 4 extra base hits in a row. And the Carp are out to a 4-0 lead. And that'll bring up the catcher, Shogo Sakakura. Our friend Troll says, thank God he only touched the Tigers. And on top of it, he'd pull them. The problem is that do you want to blow up your bullpen on a Tuesday? Let him pitch till he's got 60 to 80 pitches under his belt and maybe sit him down. There's a first pitch fastball that just misses and the count's 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes as Bauer rocks into the delivery, and he delivers a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away. Got the count now at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. 4-0 here for the Carp. Who would have thunk it that early on? As Bauer rocks into the motion and delivers, there's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-2. We can't say his velocity isn't there. That last pitch piled in at 97 miles an hour. Living room already packing it in. Well, we'll see in the morning, living room. If your hangover is going to help you hurt, as the breaking ball misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander Bauer ready to go again. He gets the sign from his catcher Yamamoto and kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes full. 28 pitches already here so far. So the strikeout to Kikuchi, the only out of the inning, and it has been 4 extra base hits in a row. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. It is grounded to short. Diving play on the backhand side by the shortstop, Yamamoto. He throws to first. It's not going to be in time. And that is going to be an infield single for Sakakura. That is 5 hits in a row here by the Carp. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Matt Davison. Our friend Walking Spotted Bear in those tonight. Welcome into the channel. You are 4 runs deep, as the Carp have stuck 4 on the board here in their half of the first inning. So Matt Davison striding to the plate. He's batting .207 on the season. He's got 6 homers and 12 RBIs, and he had a home run off of Bauer in their first appearance. As the first pitch is on the way, and it's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. I started to tell the story about Carter Stewart with the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, and he said the biggest difference between the United States approach to hitting and in Japan certainly is the 2 strikes, where the Japanese will do everything they can to flick their wrists at the pitch and foul it off and battle. So there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The problem is, though, is that in the United States, you can walk the ladder on the hitters with a high fastball. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. Because the hitters have been, or some of the hitters have been trained that they've got to have loft in their swinger and uppercut. They can't get on top of that high fastball when it comes in, and you can just barrel up the strikeouts. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is, but the Japanese hitters make it very difficult with 2 strikes. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. As Bauer kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 2-2. So I think probably one thing that I'd be thinking about is how you're going to attack the hitters that you're playing against and what your battle plan is going to be going up against them. They see each other so frequently. I mean, this is Bauer's 3rd start of his NPB career. This is the 2nd time that the Carp have seen him. Deeper you go into the season, you're going to see these teams possibly 4 or 5 times. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. 34 pitches already here in the first inning for Bauer. And certainly when you can work the count early on pitchers, it takes the sting out of their tail. And the effective first inning is certainly that. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away again, and the count remains 2-2. Well, as Walking Spotted Bear says, the problem is that there's two camps. There's the people who want to see Bauer have success and they like him, and then there's the people who want to see him continually fail. And that's just the way it goes. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As it is on the way, it's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. It's fielded by Yamamoto. Over to second for one. Back to first. That's going to be an inning-ending double play. It's going to go in the books as a 6-4-3 variety. And that will do it here for the Carp. But they rattle off 5 hits in a row. There was 4 runs in the inning on 5 hits. There was no errors. 1 runner left aboard. We are now through a half inning. It is the Carp 4 and the BayStars coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll find out exactly what kind of response Yokohama can provide in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for listening in here tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course, I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. We are cruising here now to the the bottom of the first inning, and we have ourselves a 4-0 ball game as the Carp have the lead here over the BayStars. Coming up to bat for Yokohama, it'll be Kaita Sano, Neftali Soto, and Toshiro Miyazaki, as they will be getting it underway here to face the they'll be facing the left-hander Hiroki Takota for the Carp. And we are about ready to resume the action here in just a couple moments. We have ourselves just a couple of little pieces, as it is the interesting piece of this ball game here. As we said, it was 5 hits in a row for the Carp in their half of the inning, including 4 extra base hits in a row, 3 doubles, then a home run. And then, of course, they had the single again there by the hitter Sakakura, and then Matt Davison grounded into the double play. Well, we're ready to resume the action here as we're ready to get ourselves going, as the first pitch is on the way, and the pitch is a breaking ball taken for a call, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Sano. Sano here batting from the left side against the left-hander Takota. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is 1-1, so 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a breaking ball that's swung on and tapped foul over on the first base side, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Left-hander against the left-hander as Takota rocks into the windup and he kicks and delivers. There's a slow breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes now to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Our friend Polo G asked the question, what was the pitch count for Bauer in the first inning? I don't remember his exact total. I'd have to add it up, but it was pretty close to 40. There's a fastball swung on it. It taps over to second, fielded neatly by Kikuchi. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Sano on a ground out, 4-3. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Neftali Soto. Well, for Soto, he's hitting .211. He's got a homer and 11 RBIs on the season. He strides to the plate. When we saw him a week and change ago, when we first did these two teams, Soto was batting way down in the batting order. He was really, really struggling for Yokohama. In fact, we saw him against the Giants. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. As the lefty Dakota ready to go again. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that comes barreling in and misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the lefty delivers, there's a fastball swung on. It is belted foul down the left field line. And that is going to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Soto. Soto, another former Cincinnati Red in this ball game here tonight. As we said, both Akiyama and Bauer had their turns in a Reds uniform. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-2. The wind is blowing from left field to right field. It's not a steady wind, not something like you would see in Chiba. When the Marines play, it always seems like it's a hurricane. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field, moving back onto the warning track and looking up, and this one's off the wall. As Dobayashi fields it, he fires it back in, and cruising into second with a double is Soto. The BayStars are looking to respond here to those 4 runs that they gave up in the first inning, as Soto's got himself an extra base hit. And that's going to bring up the third baseman, Toshiro Miyazaki. So the living room is ready to go to bed, and when he wakes up tomorrow morning, it may be a BayStar lead that will turn this one over. But I have a feeling tonight we might be seeing an over in this ball game. I know our friend Breathe Deep came in earlier on, was asking, and I'm thinking to myself, didn't say anything, but certainly would have not anticipated an over between these two starters. So the right-handed hitting Miyazaki at the plate here. He's hitting .441 on the year with 9 homers and 22 RBIs. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on, popped up behind home plate. Moving back on it is the catcher. That is going to drift into the seats, and that's going to be no balls and a strike. Polo G says, I think it's 11.5 on the live. Well, I think probably now that's probably reasonable. But I still don't think I would take the over on 11.5. I want to say it was 6.5 earlier before the ball game started. Especially with these 2 pitchers on the mound, not expecting Bauer to give up a whole lot. And Dakota's been really good this year. So here comes the 0-1 offering to Miyazaki. It's a fastball that backs him off the plate. The count now is even at 1-1. One thing I'll say about Dakota is his fastball is not overpowering. It's in the upper 80s. But because his breaking stuff and some of his other pitches are a little bit on the slower side, he's really able to make it look faster than what it is. That breaking ball drops in down low and in for a ball, and the count is 2-1, but that registered at 112 kilometers on the gun. It's about 68 miles an hour, if my quick math is correct. 67, 68. Here comes the offering, the 2-1 on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Now the count goes to 2-2 on Miyazaki. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The runner at second is Soto. There's 1 gone here in the bottom of the first inning, and the BayStars are looking to try to respond to that 4-run uprising by the Carp in the first inning. As the lefty holds sets, now he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It's grounded over short. Oh boy, we got a Soto's hung up between second and third. He's in a rundown, and he's going to get himself run down. And they take a look. What a poor piece of base running that was. It was a ground ball to the shortstop. Soto had taken off to third, and that ended up being a 6-5 to 4 to, I'm not sure where the last tag came out. Might have been the pitcher itself. We'd have to get that down, but it's going to be a fielder's choice nonetheless. Miyazaki is going to be at first base. And that is going to retire Soto for the second out of the inning. Oh, boy. That's going to leave it up to Shugo Maki. Maki's pulled his average up to 268. He's got 6 homers and 20 runs batted in. As he bats from the right side here against the lefty Dakota, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. 2 weeks ago when we saw these two teams play, Mackey was hitting 247, so he's been able to pull his average up 21 points in the last couple of weeks. As here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on, and it is lifted foul down the first base line. The count now is even at 1-1 to Shugo Mackey. So 1 ball and 1 strike. That sometimes can take the wind out of your sails when you got the runner in scoring position and 1 out, and he runs himself into an out. Especially from a veteran. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted foul down the left field line. It's going to get into the seats. There's a lot of Carp fans, and it's going to run the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mackey did a decent job of pulling his hands inside on that pitch. He just hooked that one foul. Didn't quite get the barrel extended on that pitch. Here comes the 1-2 offering as the lefty holds set. And now he delivers. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-2. Very similar to the last pitch. That was delivered to the right-handed hitting Shugo Mackey. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the lefty holds and now delivers. It's a breaking ball delivered. This ball is swung on. This ball is going to be wrapped into the left field corner. That's going to get a run in, or should get a run in. Actually, no, it won't. Miyazaki's going to stop at third. And there you go. That would have been the problem right there. Had Soto not run himself into that out, we would have ourselves a 4-1 ball game right now. But now there's runners at second and third. As I thought Miyazaki may have come around to score. That ball was smoked into the corner. The left fielder really had to come a long way. That was Nishikawa. He was playing somewhat straight up in left field, which was a little bit strange because Mackey had hooked a couple of balls foul that way. Reading the swing, you would have thought he would have been maybe moving over a little bit further. But in that particular case, he had to come a long way to get it. But that's going to keep runners at second and third, and it's going to bring Kuwabara to the plate. Kuwabara is having a good start to the year. He's batting .310 as he swings through a breaking ball for strike 1, and the count is 0-1. He's got a couple of homers and 9 RBIs. So the response here from the BayStars will be important, as they are trailing 4-0 here to the Carp with 2 gone in the first. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball that is check swing foul. That's going to run the count to 0-2. It looked like he wanted to hold up his swing, but he ended up making the contact, and the ball was driven down into the ground and squirted away behind home plate. Takeda, who delivers a fastball. This ball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. Coming in hard is the left fielder, Nishikawa. He's going to make the catch. Oh, boy, that ball was stung hard, but right to the left fielder, and that is going to do it here for the BayStars in their half of the first inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There were a pair of hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We're now moving to the top of the second inning. Your score is the Carp for the BayStars. Nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We'll be right back after this little message from our friend Steve.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and the support you give to our channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. It is a 4-0 ball game here for the Carp. as we are now moving to the top of the second inning. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat to face Trevor Bauer. That means Yuya Nirasawa, Hiroki Takoda, and the top of the order, Ryusuke Kikuchi. The question came up earlier, how many pitches did Bauer have in the first inning? 36 pitches is what our tally was here. So as he begins the second inning, he kicks and delivers a fastball that's taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Nirasawa. Nirasawa batting 190 on the season with no homers and 1 RBI. He had some success against Bauer in the last time that these two teams faced each other. He had a couple of singles his time versus Bauer. And there was a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 0-2 to Nirasawa. So right-hander against the left-handed hitting shortstop as Bauer ready to go back to work again. He gets the sign from his catcher Yamamoto as he pauses and he waits here on the delivery. This has been the bit of a challenge for us. We have had some streams where it's been pretty good, and then we've had other ones where it starts to get itself into a bit of a problem, and we paused up a little bit here, so we'll try to give you all the action as we can continue on with it. No balls and 2 strikes to Nirasawa as we're waiting here from the offering from Bauer. We had this issue the other night. It was very frustrating when we were calling that game with the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and Oryx. Everything was just cycling, and that's kind of where we're at here. We just have to kind of wait it out. We'll be able to give you guys the updates as we possibly can. Nirasawa, as we mentioned before, he had success against Bauer in his last time that they faced him. He was aboard all 3 times. He had a couple of singles and a walk, and he had pulled his average up. He was hitting 111 entering that contest, where now he's batting 190 on the season. So that was sort of the start of his turnaround. I guess Trevor Bauer was the exactly right tonic for him. As we said, it is just a bit of the frustration that we have in dealing with some of this stuff, is that sometimes we get into a spot where we are stuck ourselves. As we wait here from the piece here, as we have to keep this one rolling. It has been a pretty good ball game, at least from the Carp standpoint. As we said, it was 5 hits in a row in that first inning. Was able to get the ball game rolling for the Hiroshima Ball Club, including 4 extra base hits in a row. But as we wait on this, we're looking for some of that other pieces. You'll just have to bear with us here. We will take a look at the scores from around the NPB, as we can keep you up to that as well. One of the other scores here, all the games are now underway across the NPB. And there is scoring in a couple of the other ones. 2-0 for the Giants over the Swallows. That game is in the top of the second inning. That game is a neutral site affair. 1-0 for the Tigers over the Dragons. That's also a neutral site affair as well. The only scoring in the Pacific League has a 1-0 BayStars lead. 1-0 for the Buffalo over the Marines. That is in the bottom of the third inning. 0-0 with the Hawks and the Eagles and the Lions and the Fighters also locked up at 0s. And we can tell you this, that as this has moved along, it was we had Nirasawa had a double to lead off the inning, and then Takoda, the pitcher, came up and sacrifice bunted him over to third. That is where we stand right now, with the runner at third and 1 gone, and the top of the order, Ryusuke Kikuchi, coming to bat. So Takoda was the sacrifice. It was a 1-4 on the putout. So Nirasawa continues his hot play against Trevor Bauer. And we continue to have to wait for the feed in which to resume. So we've got the runner at third with 1 gone, with Kikuchi stepping to the plate. But until we get that coming back to you, we're having to suffer a little bit here. Now we've got a partial bit of the feed that is returned, as we have no balls and 1 strike to the leadoff hitter, Kikuchi. And we ourselves may have to bounce back and forth to be able to get the action or to keep up with the action because we are slightly on our B feed right now. So the runner at third here. And here comes the pitch to Kikuchi. It's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count now goes to 1-1 strike. BayStars do have the infield in as they're looking to cut the run down at the plate. They can't afford to go down 5-0. So 1-1 strike it is. Kikuchi waggling the bat. He's got an open stance as he bats from the right side against the right-handed throwing Bauer. And there's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2-1 strike. Again, the right-hander Bauer gets his sign from his catcher Yamamoto. And he works to the set position. Checks the runner, and the 2-1 is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base side. And that runs the count now to 2-2. Kikuchi did strike out his first time up, as he is 0 for 1 in this one tonight. So 2 strikes as the right-hander gets his sign from his catcher. He's ready to go back to work again. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses well off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 3-2. It's only the second time tonight that Bauer's gone full to a hitter, but he has thrown a lot of pitches in the ballgame. As we said, he's 6 in the first inning, and now another 13 here in this half inning. So here comes the 3-2 to Kikuchi. Bauer checks the runner. And now he kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on, and this is fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. As we said before, this is the thing that the Japanese hitters do well. The good 2-strike approach. They make their adjustments. They are able to really, really work the pitchers here. So 3 strikes. As Bauer leans in, he gets the sign from Yamamoto. And now he works to the set position. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted foul. Giving chase on it is the catcher Yamamoto, but that ball is going to drift into the seats. The count remains at 3 strikes. Bauer gets himself a new baseball, and he's going to rub it back up. Pitch number 52 about to happen here. And as I say, if I have to apologize for some of our delays here. So here comes the 3-2 offering as Bauer holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on it as tap foul over on the third base side. And the count remains at 3 strikes. Our friend Polo says he thinks that Judge would be a .460 hitter in the league. Hard to say. I mean, some of the things, when you think of a guy like Murakami, who belted 55 homers last year, and he went how long with getting his first this year, depends on who's hitting behind you and how they're going to pitch to you. They may not have an opportunity to pitch to you very much. There's a fastball swung on, is grounded to second. They come home with it. The throw is offline. A terrible throw by the second baseman, Shugo Maki. It pulled the catcher over to the first base side, and that is going to get another run in. I'm not sure how they're going to score that, if they're going to rule that an error on Maki or if they think the run would have scored anyway. Maki, when he fielded the ball, had to move to his left to get it, and then he threw across his body offline. It pulled the catcher up the first baseline. We get a replay of that one as Kikuchi put the ball down. Maki unable to make a decent throw. The umpire was scrambling to get out of the way from both the runner and the throw in case that ball got by the catcher. And that is going to increase the score line to 5-0. We'll have to see how they are going to decide on that one there. But it is Kikuchi now the runner at first, and it's going to bring Shota Dobiashi to the plate. Dobiashi ended the ball game as Noma had left with it what looked like it possibly a hamstring pull, as he takes that pitch breaking ball outside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. So 1 strikes to Dobiashi. 5-0. The Carp have the lead here As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball that misses way upstairs. The count now goes to 2-0. I think Bauer was more disgusted with himself than anything else in that spot. So here we are in the middle of the night, expecting that we're going to see a great pitcher's duel, and it's not turning out to be that way tonight. So with 2 balls and no strikes, they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner, Kikuchi. So back to Polo's question about Judge hitting a 460, as we said, it would be very difficult in which to do that. Not that it couldn't be done. And there goes the runner, and it's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. Count is 3-0. We're going to see if he threw on the brakes or if he was able to take the bag. It looks like he had thrown on his brakes, did Kikuchi. So 3 balls and no strikes. So they ruled it a fielder's choice and an RBI for Kikuchi. No error charged to Maki. There was a fastball that misses outside, and Dobiashi's going to be aboard with a base on balls. And that's going to put runners at first and second. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Shogo Akiyama. Well, as we said, Akiyama has absolutely been blistering hot this year. He had a double, scored a run his first time up, and he drove in a run. But this is not going the way that Trevor Bauer wanted it to go here. Might have to get back in the lab and start working on some of your stuff. Here comes the first offering now to Akiyama as he bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Bauer. Works to the set position, does Bauer. He checks the runner at second. 1 gone here in the second inning, and it is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. As we said before, some familiarity here between these two players, as both were with the Cincinnati Red organization. The only difference is Akiyama had some injury woes. Cincinnati couldn't stay healthy, had some hamstring issues. Signed a 3-year deal after playing with the Saitama Cebu Lions, making his way to the United States, and there was a lot of hope for him. Our friend Walking Spotted Bear said he subbed to the living room looking for opinions in English. Here comes the pitch. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count now is 0-2 to Akiyama. Just make sure that the living room is buying you the rounds if he ends up going sideways with some of his stuff. So no balls and 2 strikes to Akiyama as he bats here with 1 gone and runners at first and second. Bauer kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded through the 6-hole into left field for a base hit. Rounding third and heading home as the throw is going to be cut off. That's going to hold the runner at second base. So Dobiashi is going to stop at second. Kikuchi comes around with the 6th run of the ball game already here. An RBI single for Akiyama. And that is where we stand now. 6-0 here for the Carp in the second inning. And the beatdown continues. Our friend Yang Cheng Jun says, that's some bat control. Yeah, you know what? Excellent bat-to-ball skill to stay inside the ball and punch it through the 6-hole. You know, that's it. That's the other part here. That was no balls and 2 strikes. That pitch was way too good at 0-2. Left that up in the zone, a little bit on the outside part of the plate, and Akiyama went with the pitch. Cashes in yet another RBI tonight. Here's the pitch from Bauer. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Ryan McBroom batting here. He is 1 for 1 tonight. He himself had an 0-2 pitch that he doubled his last time in up and brought in the 2nd run of the ball game. So here comes the 0-1 offering from Bauer. And the pitch is on the way. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is knocked through the 6-hole. Picking it up is the left fielder. He fires the ball to the plate. Again, it's cut off. Scoring all the way from second is Dobiashi, and that's going to increase the score line to 7-0. Oh, boy. RBI single by McBroom. As we said, it looks like they know what's coming. And they are adding to their lead here, and now we have the pitching coach coming out to the mound with the interpreter. Kind of makes you wonder if this is going to be the end of the rope for Bauer. As the BayStars manager has this look of disgust or disdain. I'm not sure how you would read it. Bauer is out on the mound, and they're talking to him right now as it's going to be Ryoma Nishikawa coming to the plate. Fred Polo says probably should have took that 11.5, as he said earlier. Yeah, that might have changed by now. We might be up to 13 or 14 now. The way this is going. Polo mentioned earlier on, he says, I watch this league sometimes, and they love bunting with 0 or 1 outs. I love it personally. Yeah, it's old-fashioned baseball, and you have to play in certainly different ways. They don't have the sluggers or the power that the Dominicans, the Venezuelans, the Latin players, of course, and the Americans bring to the game in Major League Baseball. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0 to Nishikawa. Nishikawa is 1 for 1 tonight. He had a 2-run shot in the first inning to give the Carp at the time a 4-0 lead. As the right-hander delivers, there's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. Our friend Walking Spotted Bear says he's starting to find more success in betting Asian baseball than American baseball. Yeah, you might be onto something there at times. I think that the Japanese or the Korean leagues, certainly you can do some damage, or a lot of people feel they can do damage over there. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 2-1 to Nishikawa. I say that because they feel that, a lot of people feel that they can make their picks and be able to do it. There's certainly in the Korean league some lopsided teams. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. Count is 2-2. Some of the teams at the top end of the standings are a little bit better than the bottom end. Our friend Polo says, do they have a home run derby? Yes, they do. They do have a home run derby. I believe it's 8 players that are entered in. They do it a little differently than what Major League Baseball does. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. But I also understand they also have a bunt competition too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Walking Spotted Bear says the Hanwha Eagles are pretty awful in the KBO. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 teams at the bottom of the table every year there that really, really struggle. You think of the Doosan Bears or the LG Twins, a little bit more money in some of those organizations. So 7-0, the Carp have the lead here in the top half of the second inning. Those BayStar fans are going to be having to drink their coffee here to stay awake. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to second, fielded by Mackey. He underhand flips it to first. And that is going to advance the runners over to second and third. That's the second out of the inning, as it's going to be a ground out 4-3. So 2 gone here, and it's going to leave it up to the catcher, Shogo Sakakura. Walking Spotted Bear says, is Yokohama a rich team? They do have some wealth. I'm not exactly sure what DeNa is, D-E-N-A. When you think of some of the teams, you know what their sponsors are. SoftBank is of course the bank for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to first. It is balled by the first baseman Soto. He throws to Bauer covering, and that is going to retire the runner Sakakura on a ground out 3-1 to end the inning. But that is another rough inning here for Bauer, as he is been roughed up here in his 2 innings of work. 3 runs for the Carp. In the top of the second inning, there was 3 hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the second inning. It is a 7-0 scoreline. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you for taking the time to listen to us tonight. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is a 7-0 scoreline here as we're moving to the bottom of the second inning. The Carp had 4 runs in the first and 3 more in the second. And now Yokohama is going to try to claw their way back. It's going to be Taiki Sekine, then Yamato and Yudai Yamamoto. Our friend Yang Chung Jung says, and I hope I say that correctly, DeNa is basically an internet company that's close to Nintendo. That is absolutely correct. There is a breaking ball that misses inside to Sekine for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Sekine batting .336 on the year with a homer and 11 RBIs. Takes a fastball at the knees for a called strike. The count is 1-1. And so he also states that they are relatively rich. Yeah, they have some money to spend to the BayStars. I don't know if they're the richest club. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. I think the Yomiuri Giants have some wealth to be able to spend international players. As the 2-1 is on the way, it's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-1. So that is one thing. Other teams that can spend a little bit of money, as we said, are the Fukuoka Softbank Hawks. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into the right field corner, and it's going to get past the glove of Dobayashi. He's going to have to chase it down, and rounding second and now heading for third is Sekine, and he's going to get himself a leadoff triple here. So this ball game here, far from over, as it's only in the second inning, but buckle up because the balls are flying around the yard tonight. So Sekine on at third with a leadoff triple, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Yamato. Well, Yamato gets the start tonight. He's batting .188 with no homers and 2 RBIs. Former Hanshin Tiger has been with the BayStars for a few seasons now. Other sponsors, when you think of the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters, Nippon Ham, if I remember correctly, it's like a meat packing company. As the first pitch is on the way to Yamamoto, and he's a ground ball to short, fielded by Kikuchi. He throws to first. That's going to get the run in. It's going to be a ground out 6-3, and the BayStars are on the board. It's now a 7-1 ball game. An RBI given to Yamamoto. That is going to bring up the catcher, Yudai Yamamoto. We'll find out here in a moment if Trevor Bauer will be coming to hit his turn in the order, if they're going to stay with him. On the flip side, he's at 50-some-odd pitches, but in the Japanese league, that's just getting warmed up. I mean, if you want to preserve your bullpen, you might want to let him roll another couple of more innings, even if he can get you 4. Keep you in the game and not do anything here. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Polo says they need a rally here. Well, it does not look like Bauer is going to continue by what we see. They have a hitter on deck in Oda. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. So if that is the case, they'll be going to the bullpen early here tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Count is 1-2. That's the thing you got to like about the Central League, where the pitchers are hitting. The pitchers are swinging the bats, and they got to make their decisions on when they're substituted in and out. There's a fastball swung on, and it's grounded foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Star fans in some areas are on their feet cheering here for their home side. As the pitch is on the way on the 1-2, it's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Coming hard on it is Dobayashi, and he's going to make the catch. It's going to retire Yamamoto for the second out of the inning. So with 2 away here, that is going to be the pitcher's spot in Trevor Bauer. Supposed to be coming to bat. We're going to see exactly who it is. I think we have a pinch hitter. It looks like it's going to be Taisi Oda coming to hit. Oh, maybe not. It is going to be a pinch hitter, though. This is going to be a number 67, as we are looking for that. That's going to be Kenji Nishimaki. So he is 0 for 2 on the season. So Nishimaki here coming to bat. The first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1. So just like that, end of the night for Bauer. It's going to make me wonder if they're going to maybe not skip a start with him and then maybe send him back to the lab, down to the farm to tweak some stuff out. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is quickly 0-2 to the right-handed hitting Kenji Nishimaki. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken on the inside corner for a called third strike. And that is going to do it here as he is down on strikes. 1 run in the inning on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left aboard. We are now through 2 complete. Your score is the Carp 7 and the BayStars 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action right after this. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change coming up here for the BayStars. It's going to be number 27, Taiga Kamachea coming in, as he is going to be making his 10th appearance of the year. He's got 1 win and no losses. Right-hander is worked in 12 innings. He's allowed 12 hits. He's walked 6, struck out 10. He's got himself an ERA of 0.75. So Tiger Kamachea on in relief of Trevor Bauer here in the top of the 3rd inning. So be curious to see if they're going to go 1 inning at a time or if they're going to have somebody who is going to be able to give them some extended innings. So Kamachea is completing his warm-up tosses. And we are about ready to resume the action here as he's going to be facing the bottom 3rd of the batting order. It's going to be Matt Davidson, Yuya Nirasawa, and Hiroki Takota. One would have to think that Bauer is going to have to start rethinking his battle plans when he faces some of these ball clubs. So Davison steps up to bat, ready to get the first offering from the right-hander, and it's a fastball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Just thinking about some of the teams that can spend the money, and as our friend earlier said, they are a little bit richer, relatively speaking. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1. Teams right now at the moment really spending money. You think of the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters in the Pacific League. I think they're a few years away from that. I mean, they at once upon a time had Darvish, Otani, and Kohei Arihara, 3 big guns that all ended up in Major League Baseball. The problem is that they invested a lot of money into that new stadium. Here comes the offering to Davison. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted in deep right field, moving back onto the warning track, and he's got room and makes the catch. Is the right fielder Sekene, and that is going to retire Davison for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up Yuya Nirasawa. Saying about the investment or what some of these teams have to make. Obviously, the Fighters invested in that brand new stadium. Now they've got to sort out some transportation issues to get there. I understand that's been a bit of a problem. First pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count is 1-0 to Nirasawa. Nirasawa doubled and scored a run his last time up. He doubled to lead off the 2nd inning. Later came around and scored on a fielder's choice by Kikuchi, as there's a breaking ball that was down and the batter checked his swing on it, couldn't hold up. Here's the 1-1. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field, going back onto the warning track and backing up almost against the wall is the center fielder Kuwabara. That is going to retire Nirasawa for the second of the inning. Boy, we've got a couple of balls that have been taken for a ride here. Back-to-back flyouts. Davison went deep to right. And Nirasawa deep to center field. Just not deep enough, and that's going to leave it all up to the pitcher, Hiroki Takota. Well, for Takota tonight, he had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. He takes a fastball down and in for ball one. The count is 1-0. On the season, he's batting .250. As the right-hander delivers, there was a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. Certainly looks like he's got more of a presence at the plate to want to hit. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-2. Our friend Walking Spotted Bear says both FanDuel and DraftKings are down for maintenance. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-2. Interesting that is the case. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Takota, and there's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is now 3-2. Nothing worse than potentially walking the pitcher. As the 3-2 is ready to come here from the reliever, Kamichia, and it is a fastball taken for a called third strike. And that is going to do it here as Takota goes down on strikes for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board here in the third inning. We're moving now to the bottom of the third. Your scores: the Carp 7 and the Yokohama DeNa BayStars 1. I'll come back and answer Yang's question in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging here with us tonight. As always, we welcome you to our channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving here to the bottom half of the third inning, and it is going to be the top of the order. It'll be Sano, Soto, and Miyazaki to come to bat. Our friend in the chat, Yang Cheng Jun, asked, do you think there's a bigger problem in Bauer's command, pitch compilation, or just the quality of his pitches? Maybe yes to all of that. I think, one of the things is that you witnessed in the first inning, and I, one of our other listeners who doesn't always listen live had sent me a message and said, he goes, the amount that Bauer was really shaking off the catcher Ito the last time out kind of makes you wonder if they were on the same page. And of course, tonight, it's not Ito catching Bauer. They had Yamamoto behind the plate. Now, we can't really say that he was shaking him off as much. We did see it a little bit, but not quite the same way that it was in the last ball game. Of course, Bauer only went 2 innings here. The other thing is that, some of the pitches, like, for example, you got an 0-2 pitch and Ryan McBroom hit a double into the corner. And he had another 0-2 situation as it was 0-2 to Akiyama, and he smokes a single through the 6 hole. So, when you get into 0-2 counts and you're way up, pitches are too good. So that tells me that there's an issue with the command. As the breaking ball misses or catches the outside corner, and count goes 1-1 to Sano. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Sano grounded out to second his first time up. There was a breaking ball swung on and tapped foul behind home plate. The count is 1-2. So, the command of the pitches, being able to throw the ball where you want to, when you want to, is something here. And that also might be contributed to the length of the layoff. When you think about it, Bauer had not played a competitive game in over a year. As here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Sano. So from that perspective there, that could be a problem for the right-hander. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sano waiting here on the offering from Takota. There is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 1-2. So anytime you see no balls and 2 strikes, and you got hitters putting good swings on those pitches and ending up with base hits, including extra base hits, that tells you the command isn't there. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped slowly down the first baseline. This ball is just going to roll foul. That's going to keep the ball count at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sano. He's got the fastball. Like, you could see that he blew away Kikuchi to start the ball game with the first pitches. He had his fastball up around 156, 157 kilometers an hour. So you're looking at a 98 mile an hour heater when you have to dial it up. But making your pitches, as I said the other day when we did Bauer's last game, that getting too cute early in the ball game, too much breaking stuff, not establishing the fastball. There's a fastball swung on, lifted foul over on the third base side. Giving chase is the third baseman Davison, but he's going to watch that sail into the seats. Yank says he's also facing some problems against left-handed hitters. Have to be honest with you, I don't know the sample size on that one. I'd have to go back and look at our own stats. I think he's having a hard time facing pitchers or facing hitters, period. I don't think it matters if you're left or right. Everybody's hitting them like they own them. Maybe the lefties are a little bit better or marginally better. I'll have to go back and look. That's a good point, though. There's a breaking ball that misses down to Sano, and the count's now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat here as the lefty delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This is grounded over to the first baseman, McBroom. His belly, he flips it to first. And that is going to retire Sano on a ground out, 3-1. Nice play there by McBroom. He had to dive to his right. He was able to keep the ball in front of him as he knocked it down. Then he shovel passes it to the pitcher covering. Nice job by the pitcher to get over to the base. I think Sano might feel a little hard done by there, but he's gone for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the Tally Soto. Well, for Soto tonight, he doubled his first time up, and then he had that base running gaff between second and third. Ultimately, that ended up leading to a run not being put on the board by the BayStars as the breaking ball misses down, and the count's 1-0. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This ball's belted into deep left field. This ball could be trouble. If it stays fair, it's going to be gone, and it's a home run for Soto. He has got another run back here for the BayStars. They have cut the lead now to 7-2. As I mentioned to everybody that was here earlier, don't go away. This game is far from over. BayStars have the bats to be able to put some runs on the board. They can score in bunches when they have to, and that's going to cut the lead to 7-2. That's going to bring up Toshiro Miyazaki. Well, for Miyazaki, he is officially 0 for 1 tonight. He bounced into a fielder's choice his first time up. That was the fielder's choice that Soto was erased on. That's from the left side here against the left-handed throwing Dakota, and there's a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Off to an outstanding start this season. As the lefty delivers, there is a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into center field. It's going to get for a base hit as it is fallen in front of Akiyama. It's going to be a single here for Miyazaki, and that's going to bring up Shugo Maki to the plate. Well, for Maki, he is 1 for 1 tonight. He doubled his first time up. As we said, if that would have happened where Miyazaki would have been thrown out at first base, and if Soto would have still been at second, the double by Maki would have scored Soto, but instead Soto ran himself out of that inning, or ran himself out of that particular spot in the inning. With that home run, that's Soto's second of the year now. So here comes the first offering now to Shugo Maki as the lefty delivers. It's a fastball that's on the inside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. By the reaction of Maki, I don't think he necessarily agreed with that call. He's now pulled his season average up to 273 with that double in the first inning. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung onto his grounded foul just past the bag at third base. And now the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Dakota ready to go back at it again here as he works to the set position. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down. The count now goes to 1-2 on Maki. As we said, Maki is a very dangerous hitter. Only his 3rd season in the NPB. As he bats here, the 25-year-old. Waiting on the offering from the lefty who holds to the set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-handed hitting Maki waiting here on the offering from Dakota. There's a fastball that swung on and missed. That's going to retire Maki on strikes for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to Masayuki Kuwabara. Well, for Kuwabara, he is 0-1 in this one. He flew out to left field his first time up. Bats here from the right side against the left-handed throwing Dakota. As the lefty now kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. It was grounded over to short. Fielded neatly by the shortstop Nirasawa, who flips to Kikuchi covering second. That's going to retire the base runner Miyazaki at second on a fielder's choice. And that will do it here for the final out of the inning. So 6-4 on the fielder's choice. So for the Yokohama DeNa BayStars in their half of the inning, they had 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. And 1 runner left the board. We are now moving to the top of the 4th inning. Your score is the Carp 7 and the BayStars 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. Glad you guys could hang in here with us. We'll be right back after this and answer your questions as we can.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shoot tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never.
Welcome back, everybody. We are waiting here as we go to the top of the 4th inning. It is going to be the top of the order coming to bat for the Carp. That means Kikuchi Dobayashi and Shogo Akiyama to face the right-hander in relief. Kamichiya will check to see if he is indeed going to be coming back out for another inning of work or if they're going to have a pitching parade. I would assume he may be with us here for a couple of innings. So he is indeed back in, and the first offering to Kikuchi is a fastball that misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Kikuchi tonight officially 0-2. He bounced into a fielder's choice his last time up and drove in a run. He also came around to score a run as he takes a fastball over for a called strike. The count is 1-1. He struck out to begin the ball game. The right-handed hitting second baseman, and the pitch is on the way. It's a slow breaking ball swung on and it's fielded in foul territory by the catcher Yamamoto, and that's going to run the count now to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The Carp jumped out to a 7-0 lead with 4 in the first and 3 in the second. The BayStars are slowly chipping away to get back into this one. as he pitches a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kikuchi. So Kamachea not wasting any time. He delivers. There's a fastball swung on. Is grounded over to short. Fielded by Yamamoto. He throws to first, and that is going to get the batter runner Kikuchi. Ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning. That is going to bring up the right fielder Shota Dobayashi. So we look at the scores for around the NPB. There's scoring in every game except for the one at Escon Field between the Fighters and the Lions. That game is locked up at zeros. The first pitch is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Dobayashi. Dobayashi, since entering the ball game, he walked and scored a run his last time up. He also came around to score as the pinch runner, as that fastball is taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. When Noma left, the game would appear to be a injury, possibly either hamstring or maybe even somewhere in the back of the leg. Maybe he had a problem with his knee. And there is a breaking ball that's outside, but the home plate umpire goes with the right hand, says Dobayashi went around. He's gone for out number 2. So 2 Carp up and 2 Carp down here in the 4th inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the center fielder, Shogo Akiyama. Well, for Akiyama, he's had himself a solid evening tonight. He has 2 hits and 2 trips. He's got a single and a double. He's also knocked in a pair of runs here so far in this one. That's from the left side against the right-handed thrower, who kicks and delivers a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Chia here. Ready to deliver pitch number 23. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-1 on Akiyama. Akiyama, a very disciplined hitter here in the NPB, and the 1-1 is on the way. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 here to Akiyama. As the right-hander works to the set position, and now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that just misses down. That's going to run the count now to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch is ready to come on the way as he works to the set. And now fires. It's a split-figure pitch that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Akiyama. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. The right-hander receives his side from Yamamoto. He works to the set position. And now he fires. It is a split-figure pitch swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. Our friend Polo in the last half inning asked if the BayStars are our favorite team. Not particularly. We call more Pacific League games than Central League games, and so preference is probably more towards some of the teams in the Pacific League. There's a fastball swung on it. Is grounded to the right side of the infield. Diving to his right is Soto. Can't make the play. Shugo Maki picks it up and he throws to first. That is not going to be in time, as Akiyama is going to get himself his 3rd hit of the ball game. That's an infield single here, and with 2 gone, and that's going to bring up Ryan McBroom to the plate. And we're going to have a stoppage in play because there's nothing more that says a congratulations on a hit. That's the 1,500th, it looks like, hit of the career of Shogo Akiyama. They come out with a sign and they give him a bouquet of flowers. At least when you get the bouquet of flowers from one of the young ladies who's the cheerleader, that's pretty cool. You know, we've seen some of that before where some of the guys are giving out the flowers to other guys. I'm not sure if that flies over here in North America very well. Could you imagine Brett Favre in football, or maybe even certain quarterbacks that would, or Lamar Jackson getting a bunch of flowers? There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Ryan McBroom. McBroom tonight has 2 hits in his 2 trips to the plate. He's got a single and a double. He's also knocked in a pair of runs. There's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count goes even to 1-1. McBroom batting from the right side. He entered the ball game hitting .235, but with the 2 hits, he's raised it up to .248 now. 3 homers and 22 RBIs. They have the runner picked off going from first to second As Akiyama is on the run, they throw over to second, does the pitcher, and they're not able to get him. So Akiyama's got himself a stolen base. Oh, what's going on over here? Sleeping on the mound is the right-hander, and he stepped off through to second base, couldn't throw a strike to second. That ball ends up getting away from Shugo Maki. That puts the runner in scoring position. Even our friend Yang says the same thing. That was ugly. Just poor fundamentals, not executing the fundamental skills here. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball, waved out and missed. Count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ryan McBroom. McBroom waiting here on the offering from the right-hander, who works to the set position. I always say the right-hander here because Kamichia, I hope I'm saying that correctly, is on in relief of Trevor Bauer here in the 4th inning. As the right-hander holds set, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field, moving back on the warning track, and it's going to have room. It's going to be hauled in by the left fielder Sano, and that is going to do it here. McBroom is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score is the Carp 7 and the BayStars 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back here in just a few. Our friend Polo says he's out of here. We appreciate you for stopping in when you can. Thanks for listening, but maybe the BayStars are coming back in this one after all. You never know. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It's going to be Taike Sekine, Yamamoto, and Yuda Yamamoto to come to bat here for the BayStars in their half of the 4th. It was a short night tonight here for Trevor Bauer, as he was only able to get through a couple innings, as he has knocked out of the game, allowing 7 runs in his 2 innings of work. He was roughed up in that 1st inning, and it continued in the 2nd. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Sekine. Sekine is a first time up. He tripled to lead off the 2nd inning. He is 1 for 1 tonight. He later came around and scored on the ground out by Yamamoto, and there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Left-hander against the left-hander. Dakota delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called 3rd strike. Oh, Sekine stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 1. And that is going to bring Yamamoto to the plate with 1 gone here in the 4th inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and Yamamoto stepped to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to the shortstop his first time up, but he also drove in a run, so 0 for 1 for him. And he pitches on the way. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Yamamoto. Yamamoto is batting 182 on the season. No homers and a couple RBIs, and there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. The longtime Hanshin Tiger is getting the start here tonight in this one. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field, and that is going to be caught by the right fielder Yamamoto, and that's going to retire, cut by the right fielder Dobayashi. It's going to retire Yamamoto for the 2nd out of the inning. Friend Troll Azadi says he's been on a hot streak. He's got 60 units on the Tigers, and he's riding this high. So this brings up Yuta Yamamoto to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He had flown out to right field his first time up. Left-hander against the right-hander as he rocks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down for a ball. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty rocking into the windup and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Yamamoto. As we mentioned before, we will post up our schedule during the week here, and we are going to be back on again in the midnight hours as the fastball is taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. Strong likelihood that we won't be doing anything tomorrow. It does look like they have a pinch hitter on deck for the pitcher should we get to that spot. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 2-2. The question is are they going to have to use him in this inning or not? There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to Davidson at third. He fields it. He fires across the diamond, and that is going to retire Yamamoto on a ground out 6-3. Well, one might think that they may stay with the pitcher for another inning. That is no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now through 4 complete. Your score is the Carp 7 and the BayStars 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the top of the 5th inning when we return right after this. We appreciate you guys for hanging with us here tonight, as this game was lopsided in the early going. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. One of the more unique things that we have going on, we have seen the version of the Flash as the Atlanta Braves. I think it's the Flash, or is it the Freeze, or whatever his name is, where he starts on the left field foul line and he has to race some fan who gets a head start, and they give him to the 3/4 pole. While in Yokohama, they have a relay race where they have 3 fans race against 3 of the cheerleaders. And it started off where the first 2 legs of the event, 2 fellas were running as fans, and they had the lead on the cheerleaders. And then there was a young lady who ran at the end against one of the cheerleaders, and the cheerleader just ran right by her and ran through the finish tape to win the event. We haven't seen the Yokohama cheerleaders lose yet this year, at least on our streams. They are undefeated, and we've seen the BayStars 3 times. That is kind of a neat event where it's a relay and they have to pass the baton and they got to be clean with it. So here we go as we are about to resume the action here. Coming up to bat for the Carp in their half of the 5th inning, it's going to be Nishikawa, Sakakura, and Davison. That means it's going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat here, as they are still going to rely on the right-hander Kamachea to pitch here in the top of the 5th inning. The first pitch is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. They did have a pinch hitter on deck, so we would assume that this is going to be the last inning for the right-hander. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is here to Nishikawa. Right-hander works to the set. Now he's ready to go. There's a slow breaking ball that misses down. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander ready to go again as he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that's down, but the home plate umpire goes up with the right hand as he felt Nishikawa went around too far, and that's going to run the count now to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch number 37 about to come on the way here from the right-hander as he now steps off the rebeler, and we're going to do it again. Kamachea has pitched well in relief since coming in for Trevor Bauer. He has shut the door over the last couple innings. So here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be golfed into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Moving over to pick it up is Sekene. It's going to be a leadoff double here for Nishikawa. Nishikawa has half of the cycle done in his opinion. He's got a home run and a double now. That is going to bring up the Kachogo Sakakura. Well, for Sakakura, on the evening tonight, he has a hit in 2 trips. He's also grounded out to the first baseman. So right-hander against the left-hander. There's a first pitch fastball taken on the inside corner for a called strike. That certainly stood up Sakakura. He is the opposite catcher to Yamamoto. He's having a little conversation with the home plate umpire. So now we're ready to resume the action on air end as the right-hander holds set. Now delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Sakakura. Our friend the Hobbist in the house here. He says, "Go Carp." Well, we welcome you into the stream here, Chris. Appreciate you for jumping in this morning. Trevor Bauer's night was a quick one, as he had got the start for the BayStars, and he gave up all 7 runs in the first 2 innings of work. There was a breaking ball that misses down. Count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sakakura. Nishikawa is the runner at first, as he was held to a very long single here to start the inning. So right-hander against the left-hander. Sakakura waits here on the 1-2 offering. The right-hander Kamichia holds to the set position, and now he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that just misses outside. Runs the count to 2-2. Sakakura, maybe his chatting with the umpire at the beginning of this at bat might have bought him that call. So the count is now 2-2. So here we go as the right-hander now steps off the rubber and feigns the throw over to first base. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. 7-2. The Carp have the lead here in the top of the 5th inning. As the right-hander Kamichia ready to go again, and now he steps off again. We have a little bit of gamesmanship going on between the hitter and the pitcher. Now it looks like we're ready to go back to work. Kamichia kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Oh, Sakakura went fishing for that one. He's gone for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Matt Davison. Well, as Davison strides to the plate, he is officially 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded into a double play and flown out to right. As he waggles the bat, we're ready to resume the action here. Waiting on the offering from the righty. It's a fastball that is swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. Davison grounded into the double play to mercifully end the first inning. And he flew out to the deepest part of right field you possibly could back in the 3rd inning. As he bats here for the 3rd time, there's a breaking ball swung on it. It is lifted up into shallow right field. Coming in underneath it with plenty of room and space is Sekene, and that's going to retire Davison for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. And that is going to leave it all up to Yuya Nirasawa. Well, for Nirasawa, he is officially 1 for 2 in this one. He singled and scored a run back in the 2nd inning. He was brought home on the RBI single by Akiyama. He's also flown out to center field as the left-handed hitting Nirasawa waits here on the offering from the right-hander Kamichia, but instead he throws over to first base, and getting back in time easily is the base runner Nishikawa. So here comes the offering now as the right-hander holds set. And again, he throws over to first, and again getting back in time is Nirasawa. They are keeping an eye on him as He may be in a running spot here. So no balls and no strikes, and the first pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul. Count is 0-1 here to Hirasawa. Be interesting to see how this game is reported in the media tomorrow. Bauer roughed up and chased early. Has given up all 7 of the runs. Here comes the 0-1 offering. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count now is 1-1 to Nirasawa. Nirasawa 1 for 2 in this one tonight. Doubled and scored a run his first time up and flew up to center. He entered the ball game with a 190 batting average. He's slowly pulling it up. When we saw him a couple of weeks ago, he was hitting 111. So he's putting some string of some hits together. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away down the first baseline. The count now is 1-2 to Nirasawa. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 here. There's 2 gone in the top of the 5th inning. The runner at first is Nishikawa. Here comes the offering, but instead they throw over to first base and getting back in time. Our friend Titus is in the house. We welcome you. 1 ball and 2 strikes it is here to Nirasawa. As the right-hander gets the sign from his catcher, and now he works to the set position. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 2-2. Kamachea has really pitched well here for the BayStars since coming in. He has yet to allow a run. He has retired the side in order in the 3rd inning. He allowed 1 base runner in the 4th, and he's allowed a leadoff hit here to Nishikawa in 5th. That's been it. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Nirasawa. Our friend Titus says he's watching the game on TV, but he's listening to us. Hopefully we've got it synced up to your game. I'm sure we're probably a few seconds behind. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as Nirasawa waggling the bat. Now the right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the 3rd base umpire, but they say that Nirasawa didn't go. Good stop there by the catcher. It didn't allow the runner Nishikawa to advance over to 2nd base. Friend the hobbyist says he's fixing to go to work. So here comes the 3-2 offering. The runner will be on the move here once they deliver to the plate. So 3 balls and 2 strikes as the righty holds set. Now they kick and deliver. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. Fielded neatly by Soto. He's going to take it himself. That's going to go in the books as a ground out to 3 for out number 3. And that will do it here in the 5th inning for the Carp. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score is the Carp 7 and the BayStars 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. We are at the midway point almost of this game here. We'll be right back after this from our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love. love, and peace! Yeah, man!
Everybody, it is slated to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the order to come to bat. We'll see if they are indeed going to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot. And that'll be the top of the order, Sano and Soto, to come to bat here to face Dakota in the 5th inning. We'll get that for you in just a second as soon as we can find out who the pinch hitter is, because I believe the reliever will be done for the evening. One would have to expect. As the first pitch is on the way, it is a fastball swung on and lifted foul on the left field line. It looks like it is going to be Hayashi in the pinch hit here, as he is going to be hitting in the pitcher's spot. So left-hander against the left-hander. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. For Hayashi on the season, he's hitting a 146, no homers, a couple RBIs. Does have a stolen base. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. The count now goes to 0-2. So Takuma Hayashi here to pinch hit. And the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. And the lefty rocks into the motion and delivers Dakota. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Now the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dakota wasting no time. He rocks into the windup and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to first. Fielded by the first baseman, McBroom. He's going to win the race to the bag as he slides in there to get the pinch hitter, Hayashi. They may want to have a look at this one, but I think McBroom won the race. And that is going to retire him. And a little bit slow by the pitcher to get over. Dakota not getting there quick enough. Let's see if they're going to go have a look at this one. They actually are. The umpires are going to make their way underneath to have a go look at the video. We'll get our replays of it here, and we'll give you our determination. Bang bang play there. Ryan McBroom had to field the ball, and as we said, the pitcher, Dakota, a little slow to get over to the right side. The pitch was grounded over there. He was coming, but he wasn't coming hard. And then bobbling it was McBroom. He looked like he wanted to throw the ball. And boy, that's going to be a bang bang play. Let's see what they do. I think I still going to go with the umpire they're calling on the field. But McBroom fielded it, and he was looking for the pitcher to get over to cover. I think he's going to win that race to the bag, and I think that'll be an out here. But I've been wrong a couple of times here in the last little bit. I've got my glasses out and everything, trying to make that determination. We've seen it from a few different angles now, and I still think he's out. Well, as we wait for the officials to make their determination, I like that one angle. Here they come, and I think they're going up with the right hand, and it is. It's going to go a ground out to 3. That is the correct call. So 1 gone here. The Carp have burned a challenge, and that is going to bring up the top of the order in Kaida Sano. Our friend Titus says he's watching the Swallows game. We haven't been checking out, just looking at the scores. As the first offering is on the way, there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. Our friend Yank says that's clear. Yeah, certainly the angle that was coming from more right center field back towards first base, that was a really good angle. Here comes the 0-1 offering. It is a breaking ball swung on, is tapped slowly over to second. That's fielded by the second baseman, Kikuchi, who throws to first. That's going to retire Sano on a ground out 4-3. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Neftali Soto. Well, Soto in this one here, he doubled and got himself into a pickle. Had himself thrown out in the first inning, and then he hit a home run his last time up. So he's officially in this ball game 2 for 2 tonight. Our friend Titus is pumping it up for us as the fastball is delivered and taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Soto. So no balls and 1 strike, and we always do appreciate the support. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Soto. So no balls and 2 strikes. The BayStars fans are on their feet, and they are cheering as they're trying to will their team back into this one. There's a breaking ball that's waved on and missed. It's in the dirt. It's going to be fielded by Sakakura. He throws to first, and Soto has struck out. 2-3 officially on the putout. He's out for out number 3, and that is going to do it here in the 5th inning. Well, they don't have quite the extended break like they do in the others, but we are just going to put it on loop, and we'll return here in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being here. Our friend The Hobbyist says, have a great stream and have a great evening. We appreciate you for popping in, Chris, as always. Hang tight, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 6th inning, 7-2 for the Carp. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to have another pitching change for the BayStars. We'll get that right for you when we come back in 30 seconds. Appreciate you all for listening in here tonight. It is a 7-2 lead for the Hiroshima Toyo Carp over the Yokohama DeNa BayStars. We'll be right back in 30 after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the lefty Yuya Sakamoto coming in relief. It's going to be his 6th appearance of the year. He has pitched 9 innings. He's allowed 9 hits. He's walked 5 and struck out 4. He's got himself an ERA of 3.00. So he is coming on here in relief. He'll be the 3rd pitcher used. by the BayStars in this one. Just looking at the out-of-town scoreboard as we go to resume the action in this one. There is a scoring now in all the games around the NPB. It is a 1-1 ball game in the Pacific League between the Marines and the Buffaloes. That game is in the top of the 8th inning. In the bottom of the 6th inning, the Eagles have a 1-0 lead over the Hawks. It is 1-1 between the Fighters and the Lions. That game is in the bottom of the 6th inning at Escon Field. The other scores in the Central League, 5-0 for the Tigers over the Dragons, and it is now 4-4 between the Giants and the Swallows. That is in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the first pitch delivered to Hiroki Takota is a fastball that misses up and away for ball one. The count is 1-0. Sakamoto delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the lefty works to the set position and now delivers, there's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 here to Takota. As the lefty Sakamoto works to the set position, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and this is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the left field line, and the count now is 1-2 on Takota. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the lefty Sakamoto works to the set position and now kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that is tap foul over on the third base side, and the count remains at 1-2. Takota tonight is officially 0 for 1. He struck out his last time up, and he had a sacrifice bunt back in the 2nd inning. As the lefty works to the set and now delivers, there is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to second. Fielded neatly by Maki. He throws to first. It's going to be a ground out, 4-3 for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Ryosuke Kikuchi. Well, for Kikuchi tonight, he is officially 0 for 3. He has struck out, he has grounded out, and he's bounced into a fielder's choice. He also has come around to score a run in the ball game. It was the 6th run at the time for the Carp. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Kikuchi has seen his season average drop off to .319 tonight. As the lefty Sakamoto delivers, it's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count now is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Sakamoto ready to go back to work. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and in. The count now goes to 2-1. That's the one thing the Carp are going to have to do is they're going to have to try to add to their lead, and the BayStars are going to have to try to keep up at bay here. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is now 3-1. BayStars are going to try to continue to chip away in this one to get those runs back. Too deep a hole, 7 runs in the first 2 innings, and you've got to claw your way back from that. It's almost darn near impossible. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up into shallow right center field. Drifting back on it is Maki. Coming in is Sekene. He's calling him off. He's going to make the grab, and that's going to retire Kikuchi for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 away here, and that is going to bring up the right fielder Shota Dobiashi. Well, for Dobiashi tonight, he entered the game as a pinch runner back in the 1st inning for Noma. He has a walk and a strikeout, but he's also scored a couple of runs. He's batting .214 on the season. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung through and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. A couple of seasons ago, Dobiashi had himself a very good year in the 2021 campaign. Probably arguably a career year. As the pitch is delivered, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the left-hander holds set, and now he kicks and he fires. It is a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Sakamoto here looking to retire the side in order for only the 2nd time tonight, as it was done back in the 3rd inning. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses way outside. The count now goes to 3-1. The ever dangerous Shogo Akiyama waits his turn on deck. He's got 3 hits in this one so far. He's padding up his RBI stats as well. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to run the count now to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So here comes the 3-2 from Sakamoto. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field, moving back onto the warning track up against the wall, and making the grab is Sekine. Oh, what a play by him. And that is going to retire Shota Dobiashi. He hit that ball right on the screws, and it was a nice catch by the right fielder, Sekine, right up against the wall, and that is going to do it for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is the Carp 7 and the BayStars 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few minutes after this from our friend, Eric.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred with Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat for Yokohama. That means Toshiro Miyazaki, Shugo Maki, and Masayuki Kuwabara. As they are going to be facing the lefty Hiroki Takota here. Starting his 6th inning of work. Miyazaki, 1 for 2 tonight. He's singled and bounced into a fielder's choice. He will bat here and lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. He's having himself an outstanding year. He has raised his batting average to .442 in this one. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Miyazaki. Lefty Takota ready to go back to work again. He gets the sign from his catcher, Sakakura, and there's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be grounded up the middle, and the hot-hitting Miyazaki just continues to roll. He's making this look easy. Comic strip book-like numbers. Another base hit here, his 2nd of the night. And he is aboard with a leadoff single, and that is going to bring up the second baseman, Shugo Maki. Well, for Maki on the evening, he is 1 for 2. He doubled and struck out in his 2 trips. As we talked about the time before, that run in the 1st inning where Soto got himself hung up between 2nd and 3rd. They come back to haunt the BayStars. So here we go. Here comes the first offering. It is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1. The count is 1-0 to Maki. Maki in that first at bat had hammered a couple of balls foul down the left field line. When he steps into the batter's box, he looks like he is in scoring position. He is ready to go here. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on his top softly back to the pitcher, but the only play that Takota is going to have is going to be to first. It's like a swinging bunt. Miyazaki is going to be safe at 2nd. That's going to go down as a ground out 1-3 for the 1st out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the center fielder Masayuki Kuwabara. Well, for Kuwabara tonight, he is 0 for 2. He's bounced into a fielder's choice, and he has flown out to left field. He bats here against the left-handed throwing Takota. As the lefty works to the set position, and now he's ready to go again. He checks the runner at 2nd and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. Guevara will be followed by Taiki Sekene here in the 6th inning. So the lefty ready to deliver again, and it is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right center field, but that is going to be cut by Dobayashi. Tagging at second and hanging on is going to be Miyazaki, and that is going to retire Kuwabara for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the right fielder, Taiki Sekene. Well, for Sekene tonight, he got things going for the Carp in the 2nd inning. He led off with a triple. That later came around to score on an RBI ground out by Yamamoto. He also struck out looking his second time up in the 4th inning. So Sekene, 1 for 2 on the evening tonight. Waiting here on the offering from the lefty who works to the set position. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-1 on Sekene. Sekene entered the ball game tonight hitting a cool .336 with a homer and 11 RBIs. Here comes the 0-1 offering as the lefty works to the set position. Dakota checks the runner, and now he delivers. It's a slow breaking ball that misses way upstairs. The count now goes to 1-1. This is another one of those situations where the BayStars, if they're going to get back in this one, they have to find a way to at least chip a runaway here. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting Sekene as Dakota holds at the belt and now delivers. It's a fastball that misses down. It gets away from the catcher. Miyazaki is holding at second base. He's not going anywhere right now. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Sekene. A little disappointing, or in some ways disappointing, as Trevor Bauer was KO'd in the 2nd inning. Only 2 innings of work from the BayStars starter. As I said, we were hoping for a good matchup tonight between these two arms, and the only one that's been delivering has been the Carp. And there is a fastball bunted down the 3rd baseline. If this ball stays fair, it's going to be trouble, and it looks like it's going to be a 2-out bunt hit by Taiki Sekene. He's going to get himself aboard with a single. It's going to advance Miyazaki over to 3rd, and that's going to bring up the shortstop Yamato. Boy, that was a pretty good bunt. I don't know if they were prepared for that one, being the Carp. Sano's getting some fist pumps from his coaches, and it's a heck of a play by him. Well, that puts runners at the corners here with 2 out. And the BayStars have something brewing. Yamato, who comes to the plate, is 0 for 2 in this one. He's grounded out and flown out, but he has himself a RBI. So 6 for 34 on the campaign this year. So here comes the first offering from the Carp right-hander. It's a breaking ball, or left-hander breaking ball that misses down for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Runner at 3rd, Miyazaki. Runner at 1st, Sekene. There's 2 gone here in the 6th inning, and the BayStars are trying to claw themselves back into this one. 7-2, Carp have the lead. Here comes the 1-0. And they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is Sekene. We may have been moving the wrong way. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yamamoto. As the right-handed batter waits here on the offering from the lefty, who delivers a fastball that swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-1. Dakota has been, what I would say, respectably efficient tonight. He's looking for his 4th win of the season. So here we go. The left-hander gets his side from his catcher, Sakakura. He checks the runner over at 3rd, and now he works to the set position. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded up the middle And that is going to do it, as that is going to be a ground out 6-3, and that will finish this inning off here. A little tight camera work there, and that will finish off the inning as Yamamoto is gone for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning. There were a couple of hits. There was no errors and nobody left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the sixth inning is the Hiroshima Carp 7 and the Yokohama DeNa BayStars 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back at the call in just a couple of moments. Glad you guys could make it here with us tonight. Hopefully, we're going to go put some tea on. Let's see if we can get ourselves a little bit of caffeine in us to keep us going. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Shogo Akiyama, Ryan McBroom, and Ryoma Nishikawa to come to bat here for the Carp in their half of the seventh inning. As Akiyama will step to the plate to face Sakamoto here for the second time. Yuya Sakamoto on in relief. His second inning of work. I would expect that this probably will be his last inning as he is slated to bat second in the last half of the seventh inning. So Akiyama, McBroom, and Nishikawa. For Akiyama tonight, he is 3 for 3. He's got 2 singles, a double, and 3 runs batted in. The first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Akiyama had 2 of those hits against Trevor Bauer. He had another hit his last time up. As there is a fastball swung on and is grounded up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. So Akiyama's got his 4th hit of the ball game. And he is just having fun out here tonight. Started his average on the evening with a .372 batting average, but that has long been destroyed. To get you what he is up to on the live as soon as we possibly can. Said he entered the ball game hitting .372. Now he is 55 for 141 on the season now. That brings McBroom to the plate. And the first pitch is a breaking ball swung on, is grounded over to third. Miyazaki fields it. He throws across the diamond to first. That's the only play. He took a look at second. But Akiyama had got down the line. He is going to be advanced into scoring position. So a ground out 5-3 retires McBroom for the first out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the left fielder, Ryoma Nishikawa. As we take a look, said about Akiyama, he has raised his batting average tonight with this 4 for 4 performance to .390, so he's brought it up 18 points. So the lefty Sakamoto holds to the set position, checks the runner at second, and now delivers. There's a fastball that runs inside to Nishikawa for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Carp road uniforms, really, really difficult to read. They've got Hiroshima in red across the chest. Number on the back, also in red. There is a black outline on both. Very difficult to pick up off of the cameras, that's for sure. There's a breaking ball that swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-1 on Nishikawa. So 1 ball and 1 strike. He waved at that one. So here comes the offering from the lefty Sakamoto. He checks the runner at second and now delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line. It's going to slice foul. It's going to reach the seat, so that's going to run the count now to 1-2. Nishikawa tonight having himself a fine evening. He is 2 for 3. He's got a 2-run homer, a double, and a ground out to his name. So 2 for 3 officially on the evening. That last one there did not miss foul by much. It was probably about 3 to 5 feet foul. Hard to tell. The outfield really narrows off down the line. There's not a lot of teams that have that. It's like what you would see in the major leagues over in North America. Ran out of real estate, did the left fielder pretty quickly. Carp fans are in good voice here tonight, and they do travel well. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is here to Nishikawa as the lefty Sakamoto works to the set position. Here comes the 1-2. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. On deck is the catcher Shogo Sakakura. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is to Nishikawa. And now he has asked for time, and we're going to do this all over again. As the lefty Sakamoto leans in and he gets the sign from his catcher. And now he works to the belt. He checks the runner at second. And he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Nishikawa. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Just backed them off the plate a little bit and spun around. So 3-2 it is here to Nishikawa. As the lefty Sakamoto works to the set position. He checks the runner at second. Here comes the 3-2. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, is grounded over to second. Mackey fields it. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Nishikawa on a ground out 4-3. It is going to advance the runner Akiyama over to third. Now that's with 2 outs. That is going to bring the catcher Shogo Sakakura to the plate. Well, for Sakakura in this one, he's got a single in 3 trips. He's also grounded out to first and struck out. So he bats here with 2 gone and a runner at third in the 7th inning. Left-hander Takota still up and throwing. I would have to think that next inning might be his last inning. Here's the pitch. There's a breaking ball, take it for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Shogo Sakakura. 27 pitches here for Sakamoto in his time at work. But I would expect here that he is going to be done in this one after this half inning. Here comes the 0-1. And it is a fastball that just misses inside. The count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Lefty Sakamoto gets his sign from his catcher Yamamoto. He works to the set and now delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. Coming in on it is the left fielder Sano. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to do it. Well, they squandered a leadoff hit here by Akiyama. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and check that. 1 runner left aboard. You're now moving to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Your score is the BayStars 7 and the Carp 7 and the BayStars 2. Hang tight, everybody. It's time to get that tea to keep us going. We'll be right back after this from our friend, Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's another Hollis build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Matt Hollis after the game. Be sure to go check him out. It is going to be Yudai Yamamoto, then the pitcher spot where Sakamoto should be hitting, and then the top of the order, Sano, to come to bat. We are figuring that it is probably going to be not going to be the pitcher Sakamoto, as we anticipate his night could and should be over with. We do have some updates in that out-of-town scoreboard. There has been some more scoring to keep everybody enthralled in this one. It is now a 5-5 ball game between the Swallows and the Giants. That is in the bottom of the sixth inning. Other game in the Central League, 5-4. The Tigers have the lead over the Dragons. The first pitch is on the way here, and it is a fastball taken for a called strike by Yamamoto, and the count is 0-1. Yamamoto tonight 0 for 2. He has flown to right and grounded to short in his 2 trips to the plate. Average has dipped to 297 on the campaign. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. Scores in the Pacific League, 1-1 in the bottom of the ninth between the Marines and the Buffaloes. The pitch is on the way. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is swatted to deep left center field. Racing back on the track, looking up, and this one is gone. A home run for Yamamoto, and that cuts the lead to 7-3. As the BayStars bats are still a-booming. That is yet another home run here in this one for them. That's the second of the ball game. And that is going to bring up the pitcher's spot in the batting order, and we'll see what the BayStars are pulling out of their tricks of sleeves here to come to bat here in the 7th inning. So 7-3 the scoreline. The BayStars fans are still whooping it up in the stands. That is for sure. Another home run here for the BayStars in this one. As I said before, that base running gaff by Soto may loom large as this game starts to tighten up here late. So 7-3 for the Carp. 95th pitch on the way here from Dakota. It's a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. It is a number 29. It looks like it's Ito here hitting. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes even to 1-1. That's exactly who it is. Ito, who is the starting catcher for Bauer the last couple of games, got the night off tonight as they went with the backup. It was a 1-1 pitch. The fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. Ito, on the season so far this year, he has appeared in 16 ball games. There's a fastball swung on and is ground to foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 1-2. He's batting .233 on the campaign with no homers and a couple RBIs. This is his 6th season in a BayStar uniform. He began his career with the Buffaloes. He spent quite a bit of time over there, 11 years to be exact. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats down the first baseline. That's going to keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Dakota ready to deliver his 100th pitch of the ball game. As he rocks into the motion, and here he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses outside. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. One would have to think that this is Dakota's last stand here. This is going to be pitch number 101 coming up here. The pitch is on the way. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the right field line. Keeps the count at no balls and 2 strikes to the pinch hitter, Ito. So Dakota ready to go again. As he gets the sign from his catcher, Sakakura. Now he nods in agreement. He rocks into the motion and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Moving back, and underneath it is Dobiashi. He's got room, and he's going to make the catch. Oh, there's been a home run and allowed out in the inning. Keep your eye on Dakota. Bringing the top of the order in Sano to the plate. So Sano tonight in this one is 0 for 3. He has grounded out all 3 times he has come to the dish. He is looking to try to get something going here. Set the table any way you possibly can. So left-hander against the left-hander as Sano digs in, and then the first pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the third base line. Giving chase is Davison, but he's going to watch it drift into the seats. It's going to be no balls and 1 strike. So 0-1 here to Sano. And they are on the phone. One would have to think to the bullpen. Got to make sure their guys are ready. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded foul over on the first base side. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So now the lefty rocks into the delivery, and it is a breaking ball that misses down. It's going to run the count now to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The lefty Dakota rocks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Sano for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Neftali Soto. Well, for Soto in this one, he has been hot. He has a couple of hits in 3 trips. He's got a double, a home run. He's got he's got 1 RBI, but he has also struck out. And we're not sure which one we are going to see here, the Soto, the good Soto or the bad Soto. So here comes the first offering from the lefty who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Soto batting from the right side, waggles the bat. And here comes the pitch from Dakota. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 1-1 on right-handed hitting Soto. We said Soto getting the play at first base had come over a few years ago from the Cincinnati Reds organization. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on it. It popped up the shallow center field. Backing up on it is Kikuchi, the second baseman. He's there. He's going to make the catch. That is going to do it as they are gone here in the 7th are the BayStars. Well, they got 1 run in the inning on the home run by Yamamoto. 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the top of the 8th inning. It is your score, the Hiroshima Toyo Carp 7 and the Yokohama DeNa BayStars 3. We'll be back in just a few. After this, from our friend, Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the ball game.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher after the game. Be sure to check him out for all his loony and crazy stuff. We are now moving here to the top half of the 8th inning. And it is a 7-3 ball game here for the Carp now, as there are some changes that are about to happen, as we can see. as it does look like there is probably going to be one would have to say, a pinch hitter coming in here for the pitcher in just a couple of moments. I think that the lefty is going to be done for the day here. It was the home run there by Yamamoto, who has cut the lead to 7-3 as the BayStars are trailing now by 4. So we'll keep our eye on the pinch hitter. And what do we have for the pitchers for the BayStars? Well, we expect that they have a pitching change here as well. So they did have a pinch hitter in that last half inning. So 7-3 is the score line. 30,770 people, not a full capacity in this one, but a good crowd nonetheless. That is where we are here in this one. The reliever that is coming into the ballgame, it's Icy Mira, I guess is how you would say it. This is going to be the fourth pitcher used here by the BayStars, working in his 14th ball game. He has worked 12 and a third innings, allowed 14 hits. He's walked 2 and struck out 10. He's got a 2.92 earned run average. I see, yes, Erie would be the way that we would put it. He is on to face Davison Narasawa, and most likely the pinch hitter. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses inside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. As we said, pitcher number 4 used by the BayStars in this one. So here comes the offering, as is a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count now is even at 1-1. So Taisi Ira, as we said. When I see Ira spelled I-R-I-E, I think of Ireland, or at least I think that's how the Germans would spell Ireland. Ira. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on and grounded foul, and the count now is 1-2 to Davison. 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. As we said, as a reminder, we will be back on the airwaves later in the week. We will post our schedule. I don't believe we're going to be back on tomorrow night. We'll take a flyer on that one, but we will be on the weekend for sure. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is, as the righty kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Davison's gone on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Yuya Nirasawa. Well, the best thing that happened for the BayStars is Trevor Bauer to leave the game. Their pitching has been brilliant since he departed. They have not allowed a run since the second inning. While Yuya Nirasawa steps to the plate, he is 1 for 3. He's got a double. He's scored a run. He's also flown out to center and grounded to first. And the first pitch he sees, he swings on and fouls away, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. As we said, hard to get the number. It looks like it's going to be number 2 who is going to come on to the on-deck circle. It's a little bit difficult. There's a breaking ball that misses down. It looks like it's Kazuki Tanaka. We'll come on to pitch hit for Hiroki Takota. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And here comes the offering as the right-hander holds set and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away right into the catcher, Yamamoto. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is here to Nirasawa. As the right-hander leans in and he gets his sign from his catcher Yamamoto, and he works to the set position. Here's the 1-2. It is a fastball swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts here by the young right-hander. Has hit 2 gone here. And that is going to leave it all up to what we believe is going to be Kazuki Tanaka. So 2 gone here in the inning. That's the right-hander ready to go back to work. 7-3, the Carp has the lead. Top of the 8th inning here. The BayStars are running out of lives in their bottom halves of the inning. So Tanaka at the plate, and the first pitch is swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Keisuke Tanaka. Tanaka appeared in the World Baseball Classic for the Japanese, of course, as the 0-1 is on its way. 2 gone here in the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on, and it is popped foul over on the third base side, giving chase, but as he slides and watch it get into the seats, it's Yamamoto. So no balls and 2 strikes. The batter, Keisuke Tanaka. Ten pitches already in the inning here for Ira. Tanaka batting 182 on the season with a couple homers and 6 RBIs. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses way upstairs. The count now goes even at 1-1. Tanaka, a regular player in the Carp lineup pretty much from 2015 to 2018, but he has stepped back quite a bit in more recent times. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats behind the third base side of home plate. Runs the count to 1-2. And to be honest with you, if he's going to bat 182 or 200 or 206 like he has the last 3 years, he's going to have a harder time getting a regular spot in the lineup. That's for certain. So the right-hander Ira leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, and he works to the set. Here comes the pitch. And the 1-2 is on the way. It's a fastball. Take it for a called third strike. And Tanaka stood there like the house by the side of the road. Watch it go by. Ira strikes out the side. They go down 1-2-3 to the Carp in their half of the 8th inning. We're now moving to the bottom of the 8th. Your score is the Carp 7 and the BayStars 3. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with the bottom of the 8th. Getting into the deep water now. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for being here with us. Hang tight.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, I got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Appreciate you, Steve, and the support you give to the channel. We'll be right back in just a couple moments with all the action. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the bottom of the 8th inning. It is going to be Miyazaki, Maki, and Kuwabara to come to bat. That's the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the BayStars lineup. Miyazaki, 2 for 3 tonight. He's reached base all 3 times. He's also bounced into a fielder's choice. So he is going to be batting to try to get things going here in the 8th inning. So Miyazaki to lead it off, followed by Maki and Kuwabara. And we do have a pitching change. It's going to be the second pitcher used tonight by the Hiroshima Carp. As we'll get you that spec here in just a second. As the left-hander's day is done. Oda, he is all finished. It is going to be a right-hander now in the ball game. This is going to be Makoto Kimura on the mound. He is working in his 14th ball game of the year. He's got 1 win and no losses. 15 innings pitched. He's allowed 10 hits. He's walked 6 and striking out 19. He's got an ERA of 1.20. And here comes the first offering. It's on the way. It is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0 to Miyazaki. Miyazaki has absolutely been on fire. He has raised his season average to .448 with the 2 hits here tonight. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses up and away. The count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. There's a fastball that just misses up, and the count goes to 3-0. So Kimura has come in here, and all he's done is thrown 3 straight balls to Miyazaki, which may not necessarily be the worst thing. As here comes the 3-0, and the pitch is on its way. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4. Miyazaki is going to be aboard for the 4th time today, as he's got himself a leadoff walk, and that is going to bring up Shugo Maki to the plate. As I said before, sometimes you'll see teams put a pile of runs up early and then the bats go quiet the rest of the way. 4 runs in the first by the Carp, 3 in the second, got them out to a 7-0 lead, and the BayStars have just slowly chipped away as they have cut the lead to 7-3. But keep your eye here. If they can grab a couple of runs back in this inning, we're going to have ourselves a fantastic finish. There's a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. The count is 1-0 to Maki. Maki's got a double in 3 trips. He's also struck out and grounded out. We do have a conference now on the mound, or a little word with the pitcher here. So 1 ball and no strikes it is. As the right-hander Kimura on in relief. Maki really extends the arms away from his body. Here's the pitch. It's a first pitch fastball that misses. Check that. A fastball that misses down. It's going to run the count to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Waiting on deck is Kuwabara. So here's the 2-0 pitch. It's a fastball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. As we said back in that first inning, base running gaff by Soto could loom large in this one. We'll have to wait and see if the BayStars can grab a couple more runs back. That could be a swing situation. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. That count now goes to 2-2. Maki took a big hack like he wanted to put 2 more on the board. Came up empty, swinging through that split finger pitch. Wind is changing again in Yokohama. This time it's blowing out to center field. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 2-2 to Shugo Maki. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. As we said, the crowd is in good form here tonight, cheering their heroes on. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This is lined down the right field line, but it's going to get into the seats in foul territory, and that's going to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the right-hander ready to go again as he leans in and he has a look at the catcher's signs. Sakakura flashing them here. Runner at first is Miyazaki. Nobody out here in the 8th. And the pitch is a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. And the battle is going to continue here with Maki. This is going to be pitch number 8 of the at-bat. As we said, the BayStars need to get some runs here. They got to find some instant offense quickly, and this is the part of the order that can provide it. So here comes the pitch. It is a split finger pitch swung on. This ball is golfed into shallow right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Station to station baseball as Miyazaki's going to stop at second. Maki's going to get himself a base hit here, and that is going to put runners at first and second, and that's going to bring Kuwabara to the plate. The crowd is come to life again in Yokohama, and that's going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound. They're going to have a full-on conference of Carp. So runner at second, Miyazaki. Runner at first is Mackey. Nobody gone here in the 8th inning, and the run that would bring them to within run is striding to the dish. Mackey really had to do a pretty good job. Looked like he brought his 9-iron to the plate and golfed it into that right center field. That was not an easy pitch. Got into his legs, is able to get down and be able to pull that pitch out. Well, the runner at second is Miyazaki. The runner at first, Mackey. Kuwabara stepping to the plate with nobody out here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And the first pitch is a breaking ball delivered upstairs for ball one, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Kuwabara. Kuwabara has, we said tonight, 0 for 3. Average is stuck at 302 right now. A couple of homers and 9 RBIs. Here comes the pitch. As the right-hander kicks and fires, it's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-0. So maybe we will get a fantastic finish here in Yokohama tonight. Look bleak early on, a Carp lead of 7-0. They smacked Trevor Bauer around tonight here again, as he was in his last start against the Giants. So here comes the 2-0 offering as the right-hander works to the set, now delivers. It is a fastball ticket for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Kuwabara. So Kuwabara digs himself back in. The crowd in Yokohama is on their feet, hoping that they can be able to walk away with 1, if not 2 runs here. As the right-hander holds to the set, now delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Racing back on the warning track and making the catch is the left fielder, Nirasawa. Boy, did they send that for or is Nishikawa rather, did they send that for a ride? Kawabara took it right to the deepest part of left field, but he's going to be erased for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Taiki Sekene. Well, for Sekene, he is 2 for 3 tonight. He's got a single and a double in his 3 trips. He's also struck out looking, but he scored a run as well. So 2 for 3 for Sekene. So number 63 here at the plate. As the right-hander works to the set position, and now they checks the runner and delivers. It's a first pitch fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. They go to second for 1. Back to first. It's not in time. What a play there by the first baseman, McBroom. That ball was hit on the screws. It's going to go down as a fielder's choice. It's going to erase Mackey at second, 3-6. He's gone for the second out of the inning. Advancing over to third is Miyazaki. And they're still not out of the woods yet. Here are the Hiroshima Carp. Nice play there by the first baseman, McBroom, and that'll leave it up to the shortstop, Yamamoto. We'll take a peek in here. Are they going to let Yamamoto bat, or are they going to go to the bench and try to bring out somebody else to hit? But no, it is going to be Yamamoto with his 171 batting average. So he bats from the right side here against the right-handed thrower, Kimona, who is on in relief of the starter, Takota. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Yamamoto. Yamamoto 0 for 3 tonight. He's grounded out twice, flown out once, and he's got himself an RBI. Seems like yesterday when he knocked that run in back in the second inning. So no balls and 1 strike to Yamamoto. The pitcher checks his side. He checks the runner at first base. As he works steady, now delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right center field, and it's going to get dropped in for a base hit. Miyazaki's going to score. The throw goes into third, and sliding in safely is going to be Sekene. So that's going to put runners at the corners now again. And it's going to bring in the run, and it's going to cut the lead to 7-4. So now the tying run is walking to the plate here in this one, and the Carp are on the phone. Better get that bullpen going in a big-time hurry. So this is almost a tale of two halves. All the scoring done by the Carp in innings 1 and innings 2. And everything done by the Yokohama DeNa BayStars beyond the third inning. Or check that, I should say, beyond the second inning. They did get the run by Sekene in the second to cut the lead to 7-1. And it looks like we have a conference on the mound. Is this going to be the end of the line for Kamena? Well, we're not sure yet. Haven't seen the manager with the signal or the pitching coach, but that looks like it is going to be all for the right-hander. We're going to have ourselves a pitching change here, everybody. So we're in the bottom of the eighth. It's a 7-4 game. Runners on the corners. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a few after this. We'll get you caught up on what the Carp are doing here as they're going to the pen.
Hey, guys. While the manager's searching for a relief pitcher, let me help you with some relief channels. On top of mine and Freddy's, you can always check out Redbeard Breaks, Zero Fox Sports. You know another Hollis build, check them out again. Maybe Beast and Beauty Breaks, or even Dab's Family. Oh, looks like they have their pitcher, so after the game, check out some other videos by Freddy. They're fun, they're cool. Enjoy the game, peace out, and cheers!
Welcome back, everybody. It is a pitching change, and the Carp are going to the bullpen. It's going to be the right-hander in the game, and this is going to be Shimochi, number 43, coming on in relief. This is Satoru Shimochi, as he will take over here for Shimochi on the season. It's going to be appearance number 14. He's got no wins and 1 loss. He's worked 10 2/3 innings, allowing 11 hits. He has walked 2, struck out 12, and he's got an ERA of 0.84. And it looks like it is going to be Yamamoto coming to bat here, the catcher. And then we will probably have ourselves a pinch hitter for the pitcher should that spot in the batting order come up after. So here comes Yamamoto to the plate. He homered his last time up. He is 1 for 3. So Satoru Shimochi on in relief. Pitcher number 3 used by the Carp. So as we said, Yamamoto hit that solo shot back in the 7th. He's also grounded out and flown out here in this one. So officially 1 for 3. The BayStars have got something brewing here in their half of the inning. So the right-hander ready to go to work again as Shimochi gets the sign from his catcher, and it's a fastball that just misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. That was at 95 miles an hour. 95-mile-an-hour heater by Shimochi. Right-hander against the right-hander. Shimochi gets the sign from his catcher, Sakakura. He works to the set position. And now he's ready to deliver. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll have to see what the BayStars have up their sleeves. Should the batter Yamamoto find a way on base? So here we go. Here comes the 1-1 offering. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses down. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The BayStars fans and supporters are favorably, cautiously optimistic. A lot of the crowd is on their feet. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. As the right-hander holds set, Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This is lifted down the right field line, giving chase, but it's going to drift into the seats as it's Shota Dobayashi's going to watch it sail into the stands just down the right field line. That's going to keep the count at 1-2. Well, one swing of the bat here, and we'd have a whole new ball game. We'd be all tied up. If that ball was to have stayed fair and made it to the seats in fair territory. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Yamamoto. As he looks in and gets the sign from his catcher, and now he's about to come set as Shimouchi, but its time has been called by the catcher Yamamoto. We're ready to resume the action all over again as right-hander Shimouchi gets the sign from his catcher Sakakura. He works to the set position. Here comes the 2-2. As it's on the way, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit softly over to short. And the ball's been booted by the shortstop, and that's going to get a run in. Oh, my goodness gracious. The shortstop, Nirasawa, has booted the ball. That's going to be an E6. Safe at first is Yamamoto. Advancing to second is Yamamoto. That is going to cash in Sekine with the second run of the inning. The scoreline is now 7-5 for the Carp. And don't look now, it is going to be a pinch hitter coming up to bat here for the BayStars in their half of the inning. Oh boy, that was a bit of a squibbler. It had some English on it. So now they've got everybody safe here. Runners at first and second. This is where, as a team, you have to make the others pay by their errors. So it could be a real crucial situation here, especially if that play by Soto is going to be the difference maker in this one. Remember, we talked about that earlier. The pinch hitter here for the BayStars, this is number 37 in the ball game. This is Taisi Kusamoto. The first pitch offered to Kusamoto is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So Taisi Kusamoto in to hit. On the flip side of the coin, Shimouchi, pitcher number 3 used by the Carp, does not get defensive help on the first batter he faces. And here's the second batter he faces. There's a fastball swung on his grounder right back to the pitcher. Fielded by Shimouchi. He throws to first. Kusamoto is retired on a ground out 1-3. And that is going to do it here in the half inning for the Swallows. Well, they got themselves a couple of runs in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. So 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left the board. We are now moving to the top of the 9th inning. Your score is the Hiroshima Carp 7 and the Yokohama DeNa BayStars 5. Stick around, everybody. We got ourselves an entertaining finish to this one. We'll be right back in just a few. Hang tight. Thanks for being here. Seven 5 Carp. We're going to the top of the 9th inning. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top half of the 9th inning, and it is an entertaining game all of a sudden. The Carp had jumped out to a 7-0 lead and chased Trevor Bauer back in the 2nd inning, and it has since then been all Yokohama. They have chipped away with 5 runs of their own. 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the seventh, and now 2 in the eighth to make the scoreline 7-5. That is where we stand right now. We do have a right-hander coming into the ball game, as it is going to be the top of the ninth inning. Coming on in relief, this is going to be J.B. Wendelken, the former Diamondback Astro, coming into the ball game here. So we'll get you his specs in just a couple moments. Wendelken in relief. So he is going to, the big fella is going to be taking over. Taking a look here to see where his numbers are with the BayStars this year. Going to be pitching in his 12th ball game. He has worked at 12 innings so far this year. He's allowed 7 hits, 2 walks. He has struck out 12, and he's got an ERA, a sparkling ERA of 1.64. That is where we're at here as the first pitch is ready to come. And it is a fastball that misses down for ball one. The count is 1-0. Ryosuke Kikuchi, Shota Dobiashi, and Shogo Akiyama, the top of the order here to face the right-hander Wendelken, who kicks and delivers. There is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. It's his sign from his catcher Yamamoto, and the big fella holds the belt. Now delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-1. So the Carp are looking to try to get themselves an insurance marker here. Get a runner on any way they can, move them over and try to bang them home. Here's the 2-1. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. Moving over to his left and making the grab is Kuwabara, and that is going to retire Kikuchi for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up Shota Dobiashi. Well, for Dobiashi here tonight, he came on as a pinch runner back in the first inning. Came in to run for Nomura. He later scored a run. He's walked, he's struck out, and he has lined to right. And there's 3 trips to the plate. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Shota Dobiashi. Dobiashi to be followed by Shogo Akiyama. Here comes the 0-1 on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say he didn't go. Oh, boy. Might have been a favorable break there for Dobiashi. Trevor Bauer sitting in the dugout, and with a glazed look on his face. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-2. Maybe more shell shock than anything else. As this start did not go as planned as what it is. He's sitting next to his interpreter. Here's the 1-2, and there's a breaking ball swung on it. Is tapped softly up the middle, fielded by Mackey. He throws to first. It's going to be a ground out, 4-3, as Dobiashi is gone for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to Shogo Akiyama, who they've not been able to get out at all tonight, the BayStars. And for Akiyama tonight, he is 4 for 4. He's got 3 singles and a double. So he is going to take off. He's going to be up to bat here on the first pitch. Is ready to go to Akiyama. He has got himself 3 singles, a double, and he's driven in 2 runs tonight, and he's got a stolen base. And the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Shogo Akiyama. Wendelken holds at the set position and now delivers. It's a fastball that piles in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to the center fielder of the Carp. Wendelken looks in, he gets the sign from his catcher, and he works to the belt set. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 1-2. A nice 2-seamer there by Wendelken. Had some arm side run trying to induce the batter to try to chase it. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is golfed into left field, giving chase But that ball is going to slice foul down the left field line. Oh, that was trouble. Akiyama bidding for his 5th hit of the ball game. Watch as that one slice foul down the left field line. That's going to run the count, keep the count at 1-2. That is going to get a new baseball for the pitcher Wendelken, and we're going to do this all over again. So here comes the 1-2 offering as Akiyama waits, and it's a fastball that just misses inside. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is here. The BayStars are going to want to get on the bats in the bottom of the 9th inning. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on it. It's hit foul down the left field line. The count remains at 2-2. Interesting that Akiyama really didn't have a lot of interest with some teams in North America after he had a tenure with the Cardinals. And I thought about maybe thinking about, as I lose my train of thought there. We are getting to be a little bit late here. I say with the Cardinals, with the Reds, Akiyama takes that last pitch for a fastball up outside. That's 3-2. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. Fielded by the first baseman, Soto. He flips it underhand to the pitcher covering. That's going to go down as a ground out. 3-1 for the 3rd out of the inning. And that will do it here. We're going to be going to the bottom of the 9th inning. The BayStars have got to find a way to get a couple of runs back. They are going to have the top of the order. It'll be Sano, Soto, and Miyazaki to come to bat. Stay tuned, everybody. We are back for inning number 9 and the bottom half of it when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight. We'll try to keep awake here for this last piece.
Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your support and everybody out there. Steve again here, obviously, with the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we have Bernie Brewer on my favorite beverage of choice right there, along with a card of Bernie. Yay! Now, we got some special guests here. I'm not just talking about our Hall of Fame lineup. I must be in the front row. Hey, come on there, Robin. I got 3,000 hits. What do you have? Well, I was the all-time saves leader, and I got 1.5 feet on you. Okay, Raleigh, settle down, buddy. Now, none of this could be possible without Harvey's Wallbangers. There's Harvey. And who could forget the Fonz? Hey.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the ball game. We've got Takuya Yazaki onto the mound here for the Carp. He is coming in. This is going to be his 10th appearance of the year. He's got 3 wins and no losses. He does have 1 save. Worked 8 in the 3rd innings. He's allowed 2 hits, walked 2 and struck out 8, and he's got an ERA of 0. So Yazaki on in relief here. And he is going to get the top of the order in Sano, Soto, and Miyazaki. And for Sano tonight, as he comes to bat, he is 0 for 4 in this one. He has grounded out 3 times and has struck out in his 4 trips to the plate. He bats from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Yazaki. We're all down into the deep water in the 9th inning here, as this is where this game is going to get closed out. And here comes the first offering from the right-hander, who leans in and gets his sign from his catcher, Sakakura. The pitch is on the way. It is a fastball swung on it. It is line foul down the right field line. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. The wind is dying down. It's still blowing from left field to right field. But it's not like it was blowing earlier in the ball game. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. It is a breaking ball missing upstairs, and the count now goes to a ball and a strike to Sano. Sano looking to do his job as the leadoff hitter. As we said, not getting on base at all tonight in his first time up, 4 times up. As there's a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. After this game is done, we are going to do just a brief recap, but we're going to call it a quick night here because we have to get moving on. There are other games that are going on, and there's been some crazy ones. As there is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count goes to 1-2, or remains at 1-2. A couple of wild games going on. There's only one final in. One game is in the 12th. Everything else in the Central has been a little nutty. This game here might get nutty too. They need a base runner, do the BayStars. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now runs to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. That game at the neutral site game between the Swallows and the Giants has been absolutely lunacy. And this one here has the potential to join it. So here comes the 2-2 offering. The pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count now runs full to 3-2 on Sano. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. As we said, here in the bottom of the 9th inning, BayStars looking to get a runner on. Carp trying to find a way. They need to get 3 outs to close this one out. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded to the right side of the infield. It is fielded by the second baseman, Kikuchi. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Sano for the first out of the inning. Kikuchi, to his credit, had to get into shallow right field to field the ground ball. He was able to get it, and he threw it to first, and that retires Sano for the first out. That's going to bring up Neftali Soto to the plate. Well, for Soto in this one, he is 2 for 4. He's got a homer, a double. He has struck out, and he has popped to second. As we said earlier, this is a situation where he ran himself into an out back in the first inning. As that fastball misses down and away for ball 1, the count is 1-0. If he doesn't get himself in that base running gaff, they would have cashed a run in there in the first inning on that double by Shugomaki, but instead he ended up being retired for the out. Miyazaki, who was at first, ended up only getting to third base. There's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is now 2-0. But we would be looking right now at a 7-6 ball game had Soto not had that base running blunder. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined, and it is caught by the third baseman, Davison. Oh, boy. Soto hit that one on the screws, but right to the glove of Davison for the second out of the inning. And that is going to leave it all up to the third baseman, Toshihiro Miyazaki. Well, for Miyazaki tonight, he has had himself a heck of a ball game. He's been on all 4 times he's come to bat. He's 2 for 2. Check that, 2 for 3. He also has drawn a walk. He's got 2 singles, a walk, and he's bounced into that fielder's choice. So Miyazaki here, the BayStars down to their final out. He's been an absolute hitting machine. He's hitting .448 on the season, and there's a fastball that misses down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Right now, Yazaki, the closer for the Carp, has thrown a first pitched ball to every hitter he's faced. There's a fastball missing down, and the count is 2-0. Certainly don't want to put him aboard because that'll bring up the second baseman, Shugo Maki, who is in scoring position and he gets into the batter's box. So 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander against the right-hander. Here comes the offering now from Yazaki. Yazaki waggling the bat. And the pitch on the way. It's a fastball that comes in at the knees for a called strike. The count is 2-1. And you just watch Miyazaki here, how confident he is at the plate. You can just see that he's got command of pitcher's strike zone. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count now goes to 3-1. Oh boy, they're going to live dangerously here as Mackey is waiting on deck. So here comes the 3-2. Miyazaki waggling the bat as the right-hander kicks and fires. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-2. Now the BayStars are down to their final strike. Got to challenge the hitter here. Make him do something. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Miyazaki waggling the bat. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is popped up, and it's going to be foul behind home plate. And that's going to keep the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Miyazaki. We're going to do that 3-2 pitch all over again. So here's the 3-2 offering. It is a breaking ball that misses down. It's going to be ball 4. And that's going to bring the tying run to the plate. So that's exactly what the BayStars wanted. They wanted to see if they could get this one here to the tying run. As that is going to bring Shugo Maki to the dish with 2 gone here in the 9th inning. Another player who looks like he is in scoring position, I've said this before all night, is Shugo Maki. He is 2 for 4 in tonight's game. He's got a single and double and 2 trips. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner on there for Miyazaki. Looks like it's Kyoto who's coming to run. Well, that brings Maki to the plate. And as we said, Maki 2 for 4 in this one with the single and a double. He struck out and grounded out his 4 trips. Game on the line right here. 7-5, Carp have the lead. 2 gone and a runner on first. Miyazaki holds to the set position. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. 4 batters up, and all 4 batters started with a first pitch ball, not getting ahead in the count. Needle shifts towards the hitters. So here comes the 1-0 offering. The Carp fans are cautiously optimistic. The Yokohama fans are cheering. There's a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the first base side. It's in foul territory. Underneath it is McBroom. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it, as that will end this one here. Maki is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Your final score is the Hiroshima Toyo Carp 7 and the Yokohama DeNa BayStars 5. Hang tight, everybody. We'll wrap this one up for you when we come back in just a couple of moments. Appreciate you for being here.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to wrap this baby up here for you and give you a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. So first of all, wrap this one up. It was a 7-run uprising in the first 2 innings for the Carp to chase Trevor Bauer. In the first inning with 1 out, it was a Takayashi Noma double to get things rolling. he ended up hurting himself getting into second base, and Shota Dobayashi came in to run for him. And then it was a double from Shogo Akiyama to drive in the first run of the inning. And then Ryan McBroom drove in Akiyama with a double. And then Ryoma Nishikawa hit a 2-run shot. And that made the score 4-0 for the Carp. Well, in the second inning, the Carp continued to add to their lead. A leadoff double by Nirasawa after he was sacrificed to second by the pitcher. It was a fielder's choice by Kikuchi. And then Shota Dobayashi walked to load the bases. And then Akiyama singled to drive in 1 run. And McBroom singled to drive in the other. Those were both their second RBIs of the game. And that put the score line to 7-0. Well, after that, it was all Yokohama. Yokohama got a triple to lead off the second inning by Sekene. He later came home on a RBI groundout by the shortstop Yamato. In the third inning, it was a solo shot by Soto that cut the lead to 7-2. And then the Yokohama DeNa BayStars got the other 2 runs that they scored in this ball game in the 8th inning. A leadoff walk by Miyazaki, a single by Shigomaki, and then with 1 out, Sekene had bounced into a fielder's choice, and then it was Yamamoto who singled home yet another run, and that is where the ball game, or check that, Yamamoto singled a run, singled to put runners at first and third was Sekene, and then Yamamoto came up to the plate, and it was an error by the shortstop Nirasawa that allowed the 5th run score for the BayStars, and that is where the final was, 7-5 for the Carp. Quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and then we're calling it a night. We'll try to get back on the airways for you later in the week. In the bottom of the 7th inning, in a wild one in the Shizuoka Stadium, it is the Giants leading the Swallows 9-8. Scoring is fast and furious in that one. Top of the 8th inning at the Toyohashi Stadium, it is the Tigers with a 6-4 lead over the Dragons. Both those games, as we say, are in the neutral site. In the bottom of the 12th inning, we have 1-1 between the Marines and the Buffaloes. Ball game is over between the Eagles and the Hawks. That game also a neutral site game at the Morioka. 3-0 for the Eagles. And then in the top of the 10th inning is a 2-2 ball game between the Lions and the Fighters. That game is Escon Field in Hokkaido. Once again, everybody, we appreciate everybody for listening and taking the time to jump in onto the stream tonight. Staying with us late night. We will be back to do this again later in the week. Keep us bookmarked. We will let you know when we return. Have a great night, everybody.